City. Spin City on the screen, got the room on 10. Breaking news, panel smoke, then he does it again. The bass in the morning, debauchery at night. He steps in loud and he don't back right. Clip it, post it, watch the chat explode. One more take, then he takes the road. He talks that talk with a grin and a stare. The other side's talking, he already there. Hold up, here he comes. Hands in the air, let the verdict come. No more hush, no more shade. Spin City live and the whole place sways. Spin City, he don't play it safe. Spin City, bringing fire to the face. MAGA on the mic, and he says what he means. Spin City, shaking up the scene. In a circle, everybody wants a turn. He leans in hard, let the hot takes burn. Protest on the tickle, riot in the thread. He talks over the chaos with a raised up head. Yell a little louder, make the point land clean. Cut through the noise like a headline machine. If they come for the room, he comes right back. One more clash and the whole beat snaps. Hold up, here he comes. Hands in the air, let the verdict come. No more hush, no more shade. Spin City live and the whole place sways. Spin City, he don't play it safe. Spin City, bringing fire to the face. MAGA on the mic, and he says what he means. Spin City, shaking up the scene. When the mics get hot and the comments fly, he laughs at the noise and he calls it live. One more round, let the sparks go wide. Spin City standing on the right side. Spin City, he don't play it safe. Spin City, bringing fire to the face. MAGA on the mic, and he says what he means. Spin City, shaking up the scene.
Hey everyone, we've had a spicy day and a spicy last couple days, and so we decided we're going to go ahead and jump in on this tonight. Omar was not busy, and so Omar wants to pick a fight. That's covering up your camera a little bit, brother. Omar wants to pick a fight with the Red Pill, and I am absolutely down. Omar is one of the biggest.
Single camera.
Single cam. You're
Thank
up,
you.
I was going to give it to you right after, Omar. So go ahead and lay out your case.
I'm gonna showcase ultra aggressiveness by interrupting a clear man to try to showcase myself. Okay. Shaman Omar here for Spin City News, the first full-fledged reporter and anchor for Spin City News. Thank you, Spin, for granting me tonight as the honorary Spin City representative. Everything that I say here tonight is 100% not affirmed or confirmed by Spin. We're here tonight with Balderson. We're here with Kraut Mick, and we're here with a certain dangly little shiny thing that we're going to put into the water for the little minnows to try to attack. And we're here to make a claim. The Red Pill. Let's zoom out.
Look at that stud. There's a man calling you.
The Red
boys
Pill
out.
is gay.
It's a man calling you boys out. Calling you out.
Look at Kraut. I love it.
So
Kraut, you need to change that. That image is phenomenal, first of all. But you need to look like you need an image of like a fucking old cemetery behind you. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just looked fucking authentic. Like we need to find an image of an old cemetery, like a badass old, like Romanian, like
Dropping the link into the chat, so that way any brave Red Pills that would like to, or just men period that would like to come have it out with Omar, or if Andrew Dragonfist or any of his new friends would like to come up and try and defend the extraordinary, pathetic lack of manliness that the Ortho crew and them have. If any of you all want to come up, we will gladly. I understand you will cry and say, "We're not Red Pill. We have God." Like,
yeah, that's not
you're
difference.
just fucking same, just as pathetic. So, we will let you fill in for those. Nova Star, follow the right white rabbit. You want to go first, madam? You're on mute.
Muted. I was muted. Sorry about that. What a rookie
We
move
silence
that
you
was.
like real red pills. We're real men. We silence women because we claim they're inferior, but really it's because we're afraid to hear what the fuck they have to say. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm not allowed to have my own opinion or my own mind. Therefore, then I'm a liberal or a feminist. Yes, that's me. Totally. No. Am I making a claim or is this just an opening statement?
Opening statement on what Shaman Omar has, the challenge Shaman Omar has put out, where you stand on such things. What do you think?
I stand with Omar, and Omar would be, and with the rest of you gentlemen, would be the last men standing amongst a bunch of beta males who are weak and homosexuals in hiding. That's my stance and my claim, and I'm sticking to it.
I was doing an intro. You want me to make a statement?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Here's your time. Make your statement.
Oh, okay. So, the whole thing of like red pill, which is like, I guess, a code word for like ultra or supreme masculinity. Like, let's just say it's called like alpha or the premier of masculinity, is completely misread. So if you have like long hair and have glasses on and fucking enjoy drinking fucking green juice, so we all of a sudden not red pill or all of a sudden gay? I think not. I'm here to argue that, as a matter of fact, that any man can do whatever the case. I'm here to say that the guys in the current red pill space, right, who are really just upset because their mothers didn't love them enough, maybe their moms didn't produce enough breast milk for them, and maybe she produced breast milk, but before it actually dried up, before they were 3 months, it was actually quite sour because their moms just didn't love them, right? And so I understand how if you start off the world with sour breast milk, the rest of the world will not get much sweeter too often. So what you do is you find other hurt people, and you can't target strong people. Like, you can't roll up to me with 4 of these little homos and try to like rob me or take something from me. What you can do is come together and whisper I think that she's ugly. Me too. But really, all of you guys jerk off to the same somebody, right? And that's elementary school. We haven't even got to puberty and to adulthood. And God forbid if you're still carrying this thing in your 30s and 40s. So we're talking to the young people right now in your early 20s and teens. Like, don't be fooled with pseudo masculinity. If you're a guy taking steroids, clavicular, at the age of 13 and you're 22 years old and publicly admit you can't even get an erection without pills, you have a fucking problem. Okay, there's nothing masculine about that, right? It's not. You're not picking up chicks if you're hooking up with trans girls in fucking in clubs in Miami. That's not picking up chicks. Okay, Andrew Wilson, like talking like a bitch doesn't make you a man. Okay, talking to men like a bitch and taking the feminine role. Well, what do you mean by if? What does if mean to you? What exactly is if mean? Shut your fucking mouth. Not opening a fucking pickle jar is all I have to say to that situation. Okay. Who pickles olives?
He will make that differentiation to say that you're wrong, and
that's
then pretend like he doesn't get the point of the matter.
That, my friends,
that they really like doing.
That right there is called the setup. And Balderson, that's called the setup, so someone can clip that later and talk shit. And then I say then I clip that and go, case in point, you notice? This was what I was setting up. So, and then all these others, on one side, you see what we have is basic psychology. We have a man named George Friedrich Wilhelm Hegel who created something called Hegelian dialectic in the late 1700s. And he realized that when we have two sides to our brain, the masculine and feminine, that we have a principle of polarity, which is actually much older than him. But he realized the way to control people was through the psychology called Hegelian dialectic. Thesis versus antithesis equals a synthesis. So if you have an overcorrection, and by the way, I understand this red pill thing was a correction from this crazy 76 genders. You wear 3 masks, take the shot so my shot works. What do you want to kill someone's grandmother? That whole abracadabra black magic shit we lived in during the pandemic. Like, I understand that there's an overcorrection that must come to play in our society to blend things into the neutral. But as we were talking about earlier, we're past that. We're years past that. So now the correction is to bring things back to the fucking middle. Okay. The difference between someone like Destiny and someone like Nick Fuentes or Andrew Tate or Clavicular is Destiny owns that he is gay. Okay. So he admits his sexual power. He's not lying. Okay. So just as a preference here, when we're calling someone gay, I'm not necessarily saying that they like balls on their chin equals follow the fucking rabbit, follow the train. I'm not saying that they're the thing they find sexiest in the world is a sweaty man after playing soccer or some shit, right? Now, if we need clarification, if I think someone's actually, when I say gay, homosexual, I have no problem. Just ask if we need clarification on a specific person. I'll gladly share that. By the way, shout out to Admiral Gibbs. I know he wishes he was here right now. And so my final statement on this opener, sorry, Red Pill Mick.
Gibbs want in?
No, he's busy. No, I'm saying in spirit, we know he wants to be a part of this. But what I'm saying is that what they create us is an alternative choice, right? And so the alternative choice is pretty simple, right? When they give us an overcorrection of the pseudo masculinity of, like Andrew Tate, for example, which by the way, I don't disagree or dislike the guy on a lot of things, but there's a lot of things that are complete bullshit. When he says having sex with women with a condom is gay, what? That he goes, wearing a condom's gay, right? But then again, you have Nick Fuentes, who's also on that right side, who says, oh, women, I don't want to ever listen to women. Oh, touching women. Ew, vagina. Okay,
Icky.
somehow he's on the conservative right, and he's on that red pill sphere. There are those who, in my opinion, are doing it like kind of proper, but at the same time, then you have someone like Clavicular who's influencing this youth, stands for nothing other than himself. And even for himself, he doesn't stand for it. He doesn't even know who he is, nor what he looks like. He's constantly changing. He's had 3 surgeries in the last year on his fucking face. So you don't even know what you're supposed to look like. You can't even accept yourself in the mirror, and we're supposed to listen to you on what a man is. And shame on the older men, like the guy who's the godfather from the debate we were at, and the fucking numbers guy who are trying to frame Clavicular as some form of masculinity. I said he was gay on Sean Kelly's podcast, and 72 hours later, he's kissing someone with a dick in a club in Miami on a live stream. So you can call that a girl all you want, but both of you had dicks. So when I see 2 dicks playing swords, by default, logic and reason entails there's 2 guys. 1 may be pretty, and 2 may be pretty. 2 may not, 2 maybe. But all I know is if we put the X-ray machine on, there's 2 dicks and 4 testicles. Okay, even though they're shrunken, and there leads to the second point. Can you imagine that was the first point? The second point is anyway.
Does anyone know Denizen X?
Bring him on, dude.
Well, I don't know. He hasn't cammed up at all.
Okay. When I say red pill's gay, what I'm talking about specifically is the fact that the behind all the Andrew Wilson stuff about the women and his wife cucking to him and him cucking to masculinity.
Denizen Anger Casper says Denison's good. All right. You're vouched for, sir. Bringing you up. And go ahead and finish. Shaman.
No, I was just going to say that this has nothing. We're not on the clear. I don't know if anyone would be so retarded to think that we're somehow leftist. If you heard the last 4 minutes of this conversation, like the point is that when it comes to masculinity, a man, in my worldview, and maybe I'm just a little too Middle Eastern with certain shit, but a man is supposed to know what he's willing to die for, and know what he's willing to fucking kill for. And if you have nothing you stand for on either of these 2 premises, then you have no moral foundation you stand for or would kill for, right? And I think they're just a bunch of grifters who ultimately the only thing that they all agree on is women bad in the vagina and not so pretty. Actually, vagina ugly. Oh, breast milk? Oh, breast? Who likes breast? Like, what are you talking about? Like, so I think this is really just a bunch of undercover gay guys that blame women for the fact that maybe they have small dicks, maybe girls don't like them, maybe they can't perform, whatever the case may be. Instead of putting the work on themselves, and if let's say you're short, get muscular. Let's say you come to go take tantra for as many years as it takes to learn how to talk. implement and accentuate other attributes to make yourself a more well-rounded, likable, and attractive person to the opposite sex. But sitting there and bitching about women is the gayest thing. What do gay guys do? They just sit around and bitch about girls. So what's not more gay than sitting around complaining about women?
Let me add to that. Oh, wait, let me let Mick, and then I'll add to it. Go ahead. Sorry, Mick.
Well, I don't really have much to say other than the fact that, Shaman, how about my background now? And yeah,
fuck yeah, Mick. Trust me.
This whole red pill has given the patriarchy a bad fucking look. Because anybody that there's a lot of people that associates patriarchy with the red pill movement, so they're instantly turned off. So that's what we're on the stream about tonight, to clarify the two, and basically everything else Shaman said. That's all I got. Oh yeah, and I will die for my wife, my 3 kids, and my butterfingers.
Your butterfinger?
My butterfinger.
Don't lay a finger on his butterfinger. Yeah.
I yield my
well
time.
done, Mick. Well done, Mick. Dennison, welcome.
Greetings.
What do you have to say about? Yep, your turn.
I mean, I don't have much to say in general. I just I was partially baited by the title. Even though I don't know what red pill is, and I didn't know what G** meant until he just said, when I say red pill is gay, and I was like, oh, that seems so obvious now. I'm an actual retard.
Hey, right Dennison, I didn't know what it was either. I had that because it could have been good.
That was the first thing he said. He's like, does that say good?
Is like red pill is gangsta? Like what?
Or
what?
gone.
Gangsta.
He's not... Pepper Shaman wasn't really bashing gay people because he said he's fine with Destiny because Destiny's openly gay. What he's got a problem is the ones that pretend like they're anti-gay, but they're actually gay. So they're just this weird self-flagellating fucking narcissist.
I mean, are you gay just because you don't like women? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I mean, no, hold on. But here's the thing, gay. No, but there's a lot of gay. No, hold on. Remember, there's plenty of gay guys who only hang out with women and are like one of the girls, right? So that they obviously don't hate women. But what you do have is you have this right wing. Haven't you noticed that always the preachers that speak the most against homosexuality and the right-wing conservative politicians, they always get caught with the children and with the gay prostitutes, right?
Yes.
Those are who I'm talking about.
Thou dost protest too much, my love.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about... I don't know. Oh, there's Joe Cool. Now we're in.
What's going on? They did a study on all the senators and Congress. How you doing over there? Came out that turned out to be gay, and they studied all their voting records. To the man, they were the most harsh against gay people. To the man. Yeah.
And anywhere the RNC shows up for a big party, the grinder like goes unhinged. They can't keep up with the traffic in the grinder. Like Shane Gillis says, Democrats are closeted racist and openly gay, and Republicans are openly racist and closeted gay. They're just crazy. All politicians. There's just something wrong with the whole lot of them. They're just nuts.
But I don't really care about gay people. Is that all you had to do? What you want?
Is that all you had to say during the? Well, it's the self-flagellating part where they start making anti-gay laws, and then it turns out they're gay. That's super weird, dude. But is that all? Yeah,
I do think like kissing dudes is gross, though. You know?
Yeah, that's how. Let's make a distinction, right? So let's just say homosexuality is the act of men with men, right? And gay doesn't necessarily mean you're a homosexual. Like we would prefer to use the word F. We would prefer to use the F word, but allegedly I've gotten too many people demonetized in my first 7 internet appearances. There were 7 consecutive demonetizations for me. So I'm not trying to. I've learned not to say that. But when I say gay, know that I mean F with the A and the. And are we allowed to spell things? What are we allowed to do in this world? Are we allowed to spell?
Now that I hear Dennison's voice, I'm pretty sure I've been on a panel with him before.
Oh yeah, we've been on a few panels together.
Yeah. And by the way, I'll tell you what a man named Mark.
Your voice.
I'll tell you what a man named Mark Bertini told me. Mark Bertini, he said he called my best friend. My best friend was Kevin, and Mark would always call him an F, right? And then one time I told him he lived down the street from Kevin. He had this like car detailing company. So because of like wrestling and sports, only like car detail like on off days and make money, right? And so Mark had we didn't even know Mark was gay because he was so masculine. But somehow it was odd now that you think about it, because his Daniel lived there and there was all these like clearly gay guys running. So but we're like 16. I'm not thinking about this, right? Right. But he was like ultra alpha, like I'm telling you. And he kept calling Kevin like you F. And one time I said, Mark, Kevin's not an F. You've met his girlfriend Melissa. And he looked at me and goes, Omar, what makes you think that you have to be gay to be an F? He goes, these are two different things. You can like women all you want and still be a total F.
Yeah, if you grew up in the 90s, we slathered that shit like butter on bread.
And I was like, wow, that makes sense.
I like bundle of sticks. That's what I like using that.
Right. And
what's up, Toasty?
Toasty.
Hold on. Hold
play.
on. We're still in the round robin. Joe Cool, what do you got to say about the subject, sir?
Well, I don't even know what the subject
the RedPill
is,
being gay?
but I got
Omar came out and said that RedPill are closeted gay guys, and they're angry about it.
Not closeted. They're showing us very clearly. No, they're showing us very clearly.
Sees it, but they pretend like they're not anyway.
I absolutely agree. I think it is. They're not hiding it well.
Thank you.
I think they're so far out in the open that the desperation is showing.
Go to bed, dude. No,
this is his dry pan troll.
No, Joe.
If you don't know Joe, this is
Joe. Spin had a medical situation, and he's been to the hospital a few times. So our Viking friend is trying to tell him to go to sleep.
Spin. Go to bed, you
Spin. Listen to Ben.
Joe, tell Spin to go to sleep. He was in the hospital last night.
Hey, everybody.
Spin
had to go to the hospital again last night. Just
go to bed, dude.
A handful of days since he had to go to the hospital and found out he had a stroke, which was just a handful of days since he had a heat stroke and hurt himself badly.
Go to bed, dude.
Refuses to go to bed and wants to panel all day and all night. So everybody, all your Care Bear fucking stairs, go to Spin. Everybody send your Christian prayers and all that other juju shit. And Spin, take your ass to bed. Go drink some hot cocoa and go to bed.
Spin, when you get out of the hospital, Spin, I'll have a conversation. We can debate on some Trump shit.
Now he's just trying to put himself back in there.
Yeah, and we're streaming on his. He wants to have whatever like consecutive hours or days of streaming, so we're streaming on his, so he can go to sleep. And so sorry, Joe, we had to. So now we all know the status. So anytime we see Spin on here, we're telling him his Spin. We're streaming on your channel. We're not talking to you tonight. Go, take your ass to bed. Get better.
We should change the title of the stream to Spin Go to Bed.
Yeah.
Hold on, Ben. Can I say something?
Joe. Joe, hold on. Let Joe finish telling us about how they're not undercover.
I got a little short story behind it. They're clearly out in the open, and the desperation is showing when they're doing things like saying it's gay to be with women. That's just total desperation. You've painted yourself into a corner at this point. And I got a friend who just happened to be. Everybody thinks he's straight. I know he's gay because I know who his boyfriend is. It's also a friend of mine. He doesn't live around here, and no one in this neighborhood knows that dude is gay because he looks masculine and all of that shit. And one day he's out there yelling at somebody, calling them an F word and all of that stuff. And I checked him and I told him, fuck is you doing? Your brother's gay. You can't be doing that. He like, you're right. But really, I'm knowing you're fucking with a dude. One of my best friends showed me pictures of y'all together. He calls you his boo. His boo thing.
His boo thing.
His boo. That's my boo.
Why did you show me the pictures? Why?
He was showing me pictures, yo.
Yeah.
He over here in this neighborhood shitting on gay people, calling them names and shit. Like he's so straight.
Well,
I knew this. I have friends with this gay guy named Blake, And this dude was this tall Puerto Rican. You know, like all the girls loved him. He worked out all the time. He was like 6'3" and muscular and shit. And then and girls would be like all trying to get his attention. And then he would talk, and he talked totally gay. And then that you could just see it on their face, just like, oh.
Yeah, but remember, guys, we don't want to get this thing conflated where people think we're talking about actual gay people. We're talking about closeted homosexuals that are red pillars. They're, by the way,
those guys are really gay, though, right? I believe that they're really gay.
No, no. I'm
most of them, yeah, for sure.
Serious.
Most of them, not all, of course. But
I just saw
that group Myron hang with and all that nonsense. All them cats gay.
Well, someone said that earlier. I don't believe I don't think Myron's gay at all.
No,
I don't want to say who, but a couple people on this panel thought he is. I don't see that, and
what What do the Muzzies do with the little boys?
What?
What do Muzzies do with little boys?
Nah, dude, come on, man. That shit. That's dude.
You used to go to gay parades and stuff, honey.
Hold on. If someone went to a gay parade and took partake, then you're saying Myron.
He's like, I retract. It's on my bow.
Oh, in that case. Oh, no. In that case, then I can't defend that any further. Sorry.
I tried to go to a gay parade.
I retract my defense.
I split my time.
I had no idea. I just wanted to support him. I was trying to be like,
no, hell no. Have you been? Have you seen? I was 2 blocks away from one of those.
I didn't even. Yeah, I'm about to say I didn't even make it. Just through the corridor, I could see men with their shirts off. I pumped out. He laughed and said, "I totally understand, Joe." And I left. He's like, I never even made it there. I was like, I didn't know motherfucker be running around half naked dudes, man.
You didn't know? I didn't know. Let me tell you something. I split my time between Miami and New York. And when I was in New York, I was heading into in Soho, and all of a sudden I hear like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then I see like a bunch of people start walking by, super excited about this thing, dressed like fucking ballerinas. Yeah. And I was like, is there a ballet event in the middle of fucking Soho? And then I saw like this dude, and there was guys. It was like this one like skinny black guy and the skinny like white guys, and they were like this, like dancing like ballerinas. Like they dressed like a ballerina. Yeah. They're dancing like ballerinas, skippity skip. And I go, what the fuck is going on here? And I went into my boy's store, West, and he goes, get in. I go, what? He goes, it's the Pride Parade. And I go, the Pride Parade. He goes, get in, I'll tell you. And I get in, thank God. Because they just turned the corner, and from the store I could see he locked the door like glass, so we were safe. But we saw the parade of debauchery going through, and I couldn't imagine. I was like, oh my God, it was the gayest experience of my life, and I wasn't even in it. They walked by the store, and the worst thing was there were people with kids, and they were walking and clapping, and I was like, oh my fucking God, this is exactly what Sodom and Gomorrah must have looked like before this shit went down. But and of course I don't believe in that necessarily, but I believe anyway. Here's the thing, right? I've come to learn there's a saying called confessions to projections. When you see someone and all they're ever doing is calling everyone thieves or liars and looking around who's the liar, that's the fucking liar, And so when you see someone like hunting for actual like homosexuals all the time, they are that. So these red pill guys, like instead of talking, and this is also why I don't think Myron was a part of this, because he's telling guys like to get like save your money, don't waste it on name brand clothes, like invest in real. So he's telling them, from what I've heard, a lot of stuff to like make them better, work out, things like this. He's not saying women this, women that. Now I understand he has a whole show of that, but the stuff I've heard was him criticizing guys for being bitches and telling them to up their shit. So that's why I said that about Myron.
That could also be interpreted as some gay shit. He's telling them, stop hanging out with them women, hang out with more men. It fits in line with the way he thinks.
Well, I don't disagree all the time. With, like, dudes need to up their manliness.
100%. 100%.
That's part of what I got to say about like when I was even talking earlier. But Toasty, it is your turn on the round robin. Go.
Well, so you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but I went at least a couple rounds with Jake Var the other day. He got
into over his blackface video.
Who's that?
Jake Var.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe him, Balderson. You probably know him better than I do. He's been around. He was one of the original Crucible crew people that used to come around Sarah's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That guy. And he went to this real super weird extreme of like, you think it's appropriate for women to be in bikinis and thongs and stuff like that at a beach around children? And I was like, why are you sexualizing women and children at a beach, you fucking weirdo?
Right?
Yeah, super weird.
Like, what's like, why are you're not supposed to be sexualizing the beach, bro?
Sarah Tomato.
Oh,
how you doing? So I was like, where are you trying to go with this? And he was just like, well, so would you allow your if they legalize it in the law, would you allow your neighbor to have sex with an 8-year-old? And I was like, well, no, obviously not. But at the same time, I'm not going to go harass them and beat the shit out of them and call them names and shit like that, right? I'm going to go to my lawmakers and try to fight that legalization of that law in court, because two wrongs don't make a right. I'm not going to go break the fucking law because they're doing something that's legal by the law. Like,
right.
That doesn't even make sense.
Right.
And so he was trying to fucking twist that on me and insinuate to his audience that I'm a freaking creep.
And
Like,
also,
That's
if I
weird.
can add to that, because what Toasty's talking about, I actually talked to this guy at first when the whole thing got brought up. He came off the rip and asked somebody, a clear female, if they were male or female, or insinuating that female is. Well, I didn't want to say names.
You can't.
But,
It was me.
Yeah. Nova's a female, right? I think we can all agree on that. She's
Clearly.
not Asian, so she's not gonna fucking pass. Only Asians can pass for that shit. But anyways, I digress. And so off the rip,
Did you just make a case for Filipino ladyboys?
I think so.
it's a joke. Like they're the only good things made in China.
Always
Or
make
some
it
shit
cracking
like
me
that.
up. It landed, brother. It landed. Oh, that shit's hilarious.
Yeah, so off the rip, he came at Nova in like a type of way, and then for like 30 minutes, probably longer than that, before I hopped on and
way
asked him,
longer
like,
than that.
why
we know that you're listening. He must have sent the Cash App to you.
Yes. Thank you, Jeff, for the $10 dono. Thank you so much.
That went to Nova.
Yes, sir.
You can go ahead and read it, Nova.
He didn't say anything. He just said, I sent you a Cash App. Said, yay, Nova Star. Thank you, Jeff. Mwah, mwah, mwah. My biggest fan. Thank you so much, honey.
All right. Now at least I know where that one's coming from, and I'll know for next time. And as far as myself, the funny thing is a person might, if you actually listen to the way I live and the way I do things, take it as a red pill type thing. And it's one of the reasons that I have to fight those people. I also live very traditionally. In my house, I am the patriarch. I do make the decisions. But when I do this, the reason that my wife gives me the honor of allotting me that position is because I've done nothing but prove my husbandry to her. And I don't just mean as a husband or a simp or something. The fact is when my wife met me, I already had my own functional off-grid farm that was fairly self-sufficient, and I made good decisions on a regular basis. And then during our dating period, when her and I had experiences where she questioned my methods, I occasionally let her try her methods, and she saw why I did mine instead. And so she learned to trust my leadership.
Very good.
Through the years of me being her husband, I've always put her interest. She is the most important thing in my fucking world. And so even though she doesn't vote, be damn sure whatever I'm deciding, her best interest and the things that are good for her is my highest priority. And that's the thing that these cunts miss. They are very angry at women. They're the domineering high school jackass. This is for the girls in high school that couldn't distinguish between the forward charismatic guy that was a dick and the competent man that you should be going after. And this is the fight that I have with them, because young men, as Omar put it, need to have better characters to follow and need to understand that you can be a strong, authoritative man without belittling the people below you.
You know, I can tell you why the women do that. They confuse those dicks with masculinity, and they don't understand the difference between the two.
Yeah. Real quick, if I could tell a story, Ben, to hammer home your point of why I made the
open panel now, bro.
Between patriarchy and red pill. Just a quick story. Probably 3 or 4 years ago, we were selling stuff, me and my wife. Well, she was. I think I was at work, and she was with her brother. And then somebody on some Facebook marketplace in the town we lived at try to scam her by saying something like, oh yeah, I can buy that for $600, but you got to send me $400 through the app or some crap like that. And her brother wasn't arguing the fact that it was a scam, but then thank God my wife told me about it. I was like, no, don't do that. That's why patriarchy is good. Now, it's not red pill. Patriarchy is not red pill. Basically what Ben said, we put our life on the lines, we make the best decisions that we think is good. And you know, Ben said, like, when they first started dating, he let his wife make some decisions, and I guess your decisions were better, Ben. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I don't want to talk about Mrs. Balderson, but that's
her mouth.
Okay, yeah. What's up, Mrs. Balderson? But yeah, we need to kick these red pillars out, and I think a lot of the females these days, especially, I guess they're the Gen Zs, the young 20-year-olds, will realize patriarchy is not that bad. It's not do what I say.
It'll even out.
Right. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that take, Mick. It's well, I would agree that I think that a lot of people have learned how to identify what makes a good leader and what makes a bad leader, right? So, with
Wait,
all
can
these,
you say that again?
I said, I think that what a lot of people have lost touch with, like lost base with, is how to identify what's the difference between good leaders and bad leaders. And I think if we could solve that problem, we could change the dynamic for the better going forward.
Ben's giving an example of
it's also a trust issue.
Well, I think that if we all learn to start watching actions and comparing them to the words, that is the truth right there. When a man tells you one thing and does another, believe what he does. Do not believe the pretty words. When a woman does not do what she's going to do, and she gives you pretty words, don't believe them.
That's Miss Balderson.
Thank you, Miss Balderson.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah, and that has to do with basic human interactions, whether masculine or feminine, taking it into a meta argument of men or women. But what about? But women do, but men do. What that conversation alone is a feminine conversation, and for men to engage in that type of whataboutism itself is what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's iron sharpens iron. You don't fucking get yourself sharper.
That's why I said about Andrew Wilson's debating tactics. Were we even live? I'll repeat it again because we weren't. Oh, what do you mean by possibly? Well, I need to know, because if we don't know exactly what possibly means, how can we have a debate?
All right.
He tries to pretend like he's not a liberal. It depends on what your definition of
He's from California. Of course, he's a liberal.
It depends on what your definition of is. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to start bringing props now. Now I'm doing more live debates. I'm bringing props. And for him, I'm not going to bring the bags with 16-ounce boxing gloves and then 3-ounce MMA gloves to bring it into the middle of the table. For him, I'm going to bring a fucking pickle jar.
Martin said that he thought men were more attractive than women.
Who?
More attractive. He did say that. Yeah.
Who? What?
Who said that?
Who said
Andrew
what?
said men are more attractive than women.
Sex.
Well, there you go about gayness, because we talked about this earlier. Let me ask, watch this. Joe, let me ask you a question. What's the most beautiful thing on earth?
Well, it's definitely a woman. I'm just debating, is it her ass or her waist?
No, exactly. And then you ask, and I ask.
Answer, Joe.
And we asked everyone, women and men. They say women, and that rests my case. So anyone who attacks what we uniformly throughout time and history, every man, every woman, in the times of Egypt to the times of medieval Europe to the Arabian deserts where Moses walking around the motherfucking deserts confused to go this way or that way, everyone knew at all times the thing that's the most beautiful thing is the woman's fucking physique, the essence of a woman, etc., etc. Okay,
except the gay dudes, right? I'm just saying.
Except
gay dudes.
Let me interject on.
No, it's not even about gay because even the gay dudes try to act like a woman and walk like a woman. They know too. It's the aggressive. The anti-gay dudes who are truly actually suppressed gay that the anger comes to. So they want to kill women. They want to, woman showed her hair. Let's burn her. You know what I mean?
Competition.
Yeah. Let me say one more thing here.
Okay. So Balderson,
hey, buddy, hold on. Hey, angry Casper.
Angry asshole.
If you're gonna get on here, I didn't say asshole yet, but you're starting to sound like
I heard you.
You're starting to sound like an asshole right now. So if you think you're gonna get on here and talk shit, you think you're gonna get on here and talk shit like a little, So shut up for a second. I was in the middle of a sentence, dumbass.
Let's settle down. Shaman Omar finished.
First time I'm on your panel, bro. I get this. Okay, dude.
First of all,
after he finishes.
Yeah, thank you. Don't interrupt someone in the middle of a sentence. They won't do it to you, buddy. Just have a little decorum, okay? Thank you.
Let him finish his sentence, and then it was coming to you.
Yeah, then you can go after Angry Casper. Listen, so if you look at it from a framing perspective, think about this, right? They say that the witch trials had to do with the church and against witchcraft, but if you actually look closely into, there's been movies about it, it had to do with women who decided to show a little hair, who were single and did or were a little they were not as conservative. So really what it is the Salem witch trials in that whole time period was a bunch of these red pill type of people that just hated femininity and were trying to kill it by claiming they're witches. Continue, Angry Casper. Go ahead.
And Angry Casper, what's up?
He's muted.
You're on mute.
I'm muted.
Omar, I think you left something out.
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Don't take a second. I think you left something out. They also did that because the women at that time were the nurses and doctors. They took care of everybody. They were making a play where men had to be the doctors. So they labeled women as witches and so on. So their craft was evil, and the men had the cornered the market on it. So they had to get rid of anybody with healing or
think about it. One guy tries to ask a woman out, and then she says no because she's now single because her husband died, and he goes and tells the pastor she's a witch. Done.
She's evil. Yeah.
Red pill.
Let Casper say what he says, but I'm going to disagree with both you guys after Casper states.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead, Casper. Sorry about that.
I don't know which point you want me to speak about.
So you was trying to get in when Omar spoke.
Burn it in your heart, brother.
Yeah.
I think this simping for women at this stage is insane. I think calling men gay and like questioning their sexuality or like lack of any kind of physical ability is stupid. I think in the animal kingdom, women, the bigger egg is the selector unless you take the one tribe in Africa that likes fat women. That's absolutely fine. Whatever. I'm not debating that bullshit. You can all suck a dick if you want to do that. Like when you say men are the fairest sex, it's like women choose. Men have to peacock. So to like take that line and pervert it so badly is insane. Second, like men who are violent tend to be selected by women. This is a fact by now. You want to debate that? That's amateur. I don't care. So telling men to keep chasing this unobtainium is stupid. As somebody who's about the same age as you guys are, I am in my 40s. I've done what you guys are prescribing, yeah? So I haven't been a criminal. I have multiple degrees. I've become a man, okay? I've gotten to the finish line, and I look around and I go, all I've got is a whole bunch of single mothers and your guys' exes. And I'm sorry, I'm not saving any of them because I actually have dick discipline. Yeah?
Fucking amen.
Sounds like you just built 4 straw men. Would you like me to light a fire, or would someone else like to start burning those fucking things? I don't a single thing we talked about, buddy.
Hey, can you handle it? No, can you handle it? Because you literally just like attacked me personally, and
Hold on.
You're the guy. You attacked us. You told us to suck dicks.
I said if you want to debate this topic, you can suck a dick because it's amateur hour.
Yeah. So you're saying if you don't like what I said, you can suck a dick. How gay is that?
Can I?
You don't want to take it personal, man.
This guy's got a picture of a domestic house cat saying "angry Casper" talking shit about sucking dick. I don't understand what your point is, sir.
All right, enough with that part of it. Enough of that part of it. You all are definitely more than welcome to debate the what you're talking about.
I want to know
did you want to debate the straw man that he put forth?
That's why I asked. I heard 4 straw men, and I said, would anyone like to burn down?
Not you, Casper. I was asking Omar. Did you want to debate? You said those were straw men. Did you want to debate those or just call them names?
Thank you, Joe. So I was saying there are 4 straw men I heard. Would anyone like to pick out something, or would I I'm giving anyone the opportunity to talk? I don't want to take. I
didn't hear any straw men.
You didn't hear any straw men?
Yeah,
he said,
"Okay, so you guys need it." I got something.
I do have a couple questions because I would like to. In your description of your coming to manliness, the only thing that you described was you have not been to jail, and you have. Gotten a degree, 2 degrees.
No, several degrees.
Yeah,
May I?
That's why it's a question, brother. You asked the question is to you. That's why it was a question.
I get it. I want to reply before anyone goes in. What I'm trying to say is, if you take what a good man should be, somebody who takes responsibility and builds themselves up, right? Doesn't chase pussy. I'm not a virgin, and I'll gladly say if I was 20 years younger, I would be one. Okay, so what we are leaving our kids, your kids, kids of the world, is a world where that loaded die that they're going to be throwing is worse and worse. Yeah, because if you follow, I was not finished, but go ahead, whoever's.
No, you finish. You finish. Elbows up. You can't get that sensitive. You just got to.
No. Because I won't interrupt Balderson. Okay, I can adjust to any environment, speak to anyone. So if somebody interrupts me, in my mind, I believe that they have something important to say, and I will digress.
They don't.
Well, okay, fine. He's giving us the opportunity. It sounds like he has nothing to say. So you've invited twice. You've invited us to talk 3 times now. You've invited us 3 times to talk, and now someone's talking. You're saying we're interrupting you.
I have not invited you to talk. Okay.
Oh, really? Didn't you just say go ahead, somebody?
No, what he did, he was saying so and so is like this. Yeah. And he's saying, asking people, do you agree, by saying, yeah. And someone started to say their opinion.
Yeah, I heard that too. But then he said, someone go ahead. He says, I'm willing to debate anything.
Started into it. A big thank you to Tom Carpenter for the big 50. Just a quick swing by to say thank you as I head to unconsciousness. Have an excellent night of sleep, my brother. I saw you.
Shout out to Tom.
It was awesome.
Tom Carpenter.
Tom, you can remain conscious even in your sleep, brother. I got confidence in you. You can pull it off.
Let me try to rephrase this. Casper.
Leave Casper the fuck alone. Find a new topic.
What? So he just comes on and drops a monologue?
No, but it's very disruptive, y'all going back and forth. It's not productive at this point.
Yourself, homie.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to start an argument, Joe. I promise. I was going to say I think they're framing by listening to him twice. I think that he's thinking we're saying things that we're not necessarily saying. So to clarify, I don't think anybody here is saying that we think that it's masculine to chase. Okay, you're from South.
Hey, one at a time.
You're one of the suppressed gay guys we're talking about,
is how great your life is while you do your hair. Bitch, your bottom hair doesn't match your top, and you look like you got eyeliner. Okay, your teeth look like
this guy came here to. He's got a dildo up his ass and he's twisting it the wrong way.
Oh, you're so fucking irrelevant. If I was a young man, the last person I want to listen to is
I'm older than you, you little bitch.
I don't give a fuck how old you are.
I thought you were teaching about masculinity. Jeez.
All right, gentlemen, one at a time.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say was, I think that he's framing things that we weren't saying. No one said that it's masculine to chase girls or that we're being masculine by chasing pussy. I don't think anyone's claiming that.
No one's.
We never said that.
Okay.
No, we never said
Wait
that,
up.
Casper.
No, you're gonna loop like crazy. Okay.
I'm showing my face. You're the
Are
one
you
I'm looking at a domestic house cat.
Okay, sure. See, like
Show your face. I look
I've
crazy.
shown my face in the past. You gotta earn that.
Oh,
there are
that's
people who know what I look
I have
like.
to.
Yeah, you do.
How do I earn seeing your face? Show me. Tell me how to earn seeing your face.
What does me showing my face got to do with my argument?
Shows that you're a man. I can take you serious, not a little bitch. That's why
I have
you
something to lose.
Yeah,
if I show my face,
you
and
do.
you guys
It's called
dox
embarrassment.
each other. Not really embarrassment. Okay.
What do you have to lose?
I
won't tell you.
Put up my private life up here to be judged. I let my arguments speak for themselves. You're attacking the man, not the argument. Same as what you were doing before. You're like,
Casper,
Andrew
you're arguing straw man. No one's saying what you claimed.
If this is going to be a yelling match, I've demonstrated.
Okay, let's not yell. Let's not yell.
Can you shut the fuck up and let me
No
make
one
a
can
statement?
understand you when you're yelling, dumbass. You're on a fucking phone.
4 facts I've said, let alone 4 straw
No,
men.
they're not facts. Would you like me to tell you why we're straw men?
Bro, you should get that thing under your eye removed, okay? Or turn your camera off. You
Turn your camera on, you little fucking bitch. Okay, now it's on. Listen, you little bitch.
Listen, you little bitch.
Yeah,
Is that
listen,
the best
you little
you can
bitch.
do?
You're the one with a domestic house
are you
cat that's
trying to
neutered.
relive
You have
your
a
youth?
neutered
Is
house
that what
cat
you're
as your
trying
picture
to do?
talking shit. What's the name?
My
Are
cat
you
looks
Casper?
better than you do,
Is your
dumb fuck.
cat Casper or are you Casper? Tell
Holy
me.
shit.
Which one
that
of you are
gold chain
Casper?
looks silver. That's
Which
some
one of you
shit-ass
are Casper? I have a lot to
Huh?
lose. The only thing you have to lose is your fucking self-respect. That's why you don't show
I've
your little
got
bitch ass face.
self-respect, and I
Yeah,
don't
you have no
respect the life you
self-respect.
live,
That's why you
and
don't
now
show
you're
your
trying
face.
to show
You
something
don't
and say
have
you know something.
self-respect. We know. We
You
hear from
literally
you.
derailed the conversation,
Buddy,
turned this into blood sports.
I
You should be
derailed- I
ashamed.
started the
I thought this
conversation,
place was
jackass.
better.
How do I derail
I
it?
actually
You're the
thought
perfect
if a
example
new
of a little
person comes
bitch.
up here who's going to give you
Little
pushback,
bitch.
the last thing you're going to be doing is talking about his tits.
Little
right?
bitch. Little bitch.
All right, gentlemen.
This is your son. This is the guy
You are a
who's going to
little
marry
bitch.
your boss babe girlfriend, okay? That's the
Little
man.
bitch.
Okay?
Show us why you're not a little bitch.
You bitch.
All right, gentlemen.
Oh,
it's
fuck
Adam.
you, you
Sir.
little German.
Bro,
little bitch.
you're irrelevant. You're
All
so
right,
irrelevant.
gentlemen.
No one knows
Yeah, how
you.
many times does the man got to ask y'all to stop talking so someone else can? I mean, really.
Man, it,
Can we
Adam
kick the
said
house-
you
can we
don't
kick the
have
house
your
cat?
shit
Shut up.
time, you didn't use it well. Adam, what do you got to say?
He derailed it, not me, dude. I'm disappointed.
I'll
What
wait for
about
the
him?
woman to stop talking.
Adam,
All right,
what
I
do you
can
got
speak
to
now.
say, brother?
Woman talking. Wow.
He won't
Adam,
shut the
what
fuck
do-
up, man.
Adam, what do you got
Yes,
to say?
sir.
Common behavior.
About what I just caught on to what you guys were going, so I'm trying to catch on to what the subject matter was.
All right, so the Shaman Omar has laid out that the red pill are closeted gay and self-flagellating and angry little men, and that young men should not come and follow them.
And then Adam, and then you see our beautiful white rabbit on the bottom right. We brought her in to draw them in. And now all we're doing is drawing them in and having them showcase just how masculine they are. And as you see with the little house cat, we're just showcasing them in real
That's
time. Go ahead.
crazy, Boulder.
Go ahead, Casper. Tell us. Show us more.
Hold on. So I think that there's some
Wow.
truth to what. Oh, well, never mind. There's some truth to what's being said. That some people are definitely closeted. Gay. Someone like Casper's obviously showing that he's definitely not masculine. He's more feminine because he'd rather argue like a housewife.
House cat.
Oh yeah, sorry, my mistake.
Yeah,
He's a house
I
cat.
could make a better argument than that.
Go ahead. Tell us.
Go ahead.
Let him yell at you for a little bit.
I'm just swinging it here.
Thank
Go ahead.
you, sir.
I thought.
Thank you, sir. What do you think of all this, Nova Star? I'm sure that you are just you're ready to swoon and give all of your decision-making abilities up right now.
Oh my God!
I feel like
I've never had a 15-year company with 5 employees. I need a man to think for me and say everything for me. Honestly, I love men and I have no problem with the patriarchy, but I have my own individuality and my own thoughts, and so then my own dreams, and so which I will pursue them to the ends of the world. So my thought is this: the issue with the red pill is that it's a psyop job. They're turning all of you men against women when we are your fucking ally. And you don't know this. You don't understand that. We are your other half. We help complete you. We complete each other. We're not supposed to be against each other. We're supposed to be working with each other, not against each other. And that's exactly what the government wants. That's what all these assholes want. They want us at each other's throats. And these people who are representing these things are getting paid to do so. Okay, you have to understand that. And these guys are literal homosexuals. And there's nothing wrong with being a homosexual. The problem is that when you are a homosexual who hates women for just being a woman because you're jealous and you're envious and you want to be us. I mean, look what they're doing to our sports. Look what they're doing to our bathrooms. Look, they're trying to take over our bodies, the God-given gift that he's given us to produce and make life. They're trying to replace us and give it over to men, to fuel men. Your own brotherhood has sold you down the river and you don't even know who the enemy is.
Yeah, it's like a two-part thing, right? On one side, you have exactly what she's talking about, and on the other side, like let's say on the far right side, you have this overcompensated masculinity of like women bad and we're men good and women bad, and then there's the whole like components of, and I don't disagree with everything Nick Fuentes says, but the idea of like we're supposed to listen to a guy who's never had a girlfriend, never had sex with a girl, doesn't plan on getting married except for to procreate, and generally hates women, and we should listen to that as any aspect of what a man's supposed to be on any religion or any perspective is crazy. So I'm saying ultimately that it doesn't matter if it's Andrew Tate who says have sex with as many women, 50 children by 50 women, or Nick Fuentes, fuck women are gay. All that stuff is the same thing. Is what I'm trying to say. They're not different.
Yeah, and to add on to what Nova Star is saying, when you start treating it as a symbiotic partnership, the fact is I know in my world, I get twice as much done because my wife is taking care of all the house things and I'm taking care of all the field things. And I can do amazing things, but if I got to stop and take 3 hours to make dinner and prep dinner and wash the dishes afterwards, and do laundry and all those things, I maybe get half of what I could have gotten done. She's the heart of my home. Like that, she makes my world amazing because the more masculine you are and the more that she feels safe in that, the more feminine she becomes. It's this super awesome thing that you guys don't get to experience because you aren't acting like proper men. And the thing is this is the Kevin Costner shit. Build it and they will come. If you own your own home and you are showing the signs of fantastic husbandry, all the animals under you are well taken care of, and you read the signs of their well-being, even though they can't speak English, and all the things you do is for the benefit and the raising up of everything around you, which then makes you a more powerful being, then they're like, give me a piece. Give me a piece.
Mm-hmm.
They will come, but you got to be that man first.
Amen. We build your legacy.
If I can just add on to what Mr. Balderson's saying, I absolutely agree with that, because the most beautiful relationship I've ever seen in my life is between my brother-in-law and my sister, and they built everything from nothing. But they always worked and complemented each other as a team.
Though.
He would do the work and she would take care of the homestead. And they built off each other because they complemented each other in their various roles, and built off of that as a team. What I heard
is if you build it already, then women will come. That's what I heard.
Well, I mean, what he's saying about a man, if a man is foundationally by himself, all right, I'm answering that. If a man is foundationally built by himself, a woman's going to see security with that. She's going to see a man that can actually get shit done and that she can build herself with and off. Not to say that she's taking advantage of the man. They're complementing each other. But a woman's not going to look at someone like Casper with that emotional shit and be all like, oh, that's the guy I want right there. The one that's just going to bitch and moan and cry every 2 seconds because he may not like what I have to say if I, talk about the woman. So that's where I got from him. That emotional shit. Nobody wants that.
10 minutes, and you've bitched and moaned about him at least 3 times since then.
Well, yeah, and I can do that because I'm a man, and I'm afraid. I'm not afraid to speak my fucking mind. So why don't you stop fucking white knighting for this bitch?
But when I mean,
yeah, how about you stop white knighting? You're that gay in the closet we're talking about. You're the guy white knighting. It's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. So
this
I don't.
Is
yeah,
masculinity,
you're being real homosexual
calling
right now.
random men on the internet gay because they challenged something you said on the internet.
Well, you're challenging me because of my outlook and my
other
opinion.
Men being emotional. You can't make this shit up.
I'm not making it up.
No, brother, trust me.
You're the one interrupting me. I was trying to. I'm trying to. All right, I'm gonna let the woman speak. Go ahead, sir. I meant ma'am.
I thought you meant me for a second.
No, not you. You're more men than these two.
Thank you, sir. I've been told that a few times.
I hope you took that as a compliment. I was like, oh man, I want to offend her.
Balderson, can you tell this fucking guy to stop writing in the private chat? This is like it's like he's having a side comment.
Oh yeah,
private chat
it's like
that.
Private chat is like 50 comments in a row. He says he doesn't give a fuck.
That is all. That the back chat is for anything that's going on in the show. That's fucking.
I already told him. I said move your comments to the comment section.
Yeah,
like, I don't give a fuck. You guys are rude.
Argue in the open comments. That's for housekeeping type shit, like something.
Yeah,
going on.
Hey, can I speak now, or am I like in everyone's head rent free?
I couldn't tell you how little I'm interested to hear what the house cat has to say. Go ahead.
But you're complaining about him every 80 seconds.
You got.
And here's his wife defending his honor.
Numerous times. So go ahead, Casper.
That's okay. I'm half tempted to take the hint and just leave. Okay, because it's like if you, I thought it wasn't an echo chamber. Sorry, go ahead.
Let the man speak. Go ahead, Casper.
Oh, he's a victim. He's gonna make you guys interrupted me.
You know, that type of behavior is the very same thing that women don't trust.
Hey, Nova.
Quick, Ben,
but this was more an addition for you to see if me and you could have a conversation. I don't think that will happen. Because when you know that, like, moving, because we've interacted a few times.
Yeah,
that's a side thing. You know, I won't type it. I won't type it in a side chat. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. But it's like until you. Here's a take then. A topic, okay, to change the flavor. I think the females really need to start having conversations in their own spaces.
You know about changing flavors.
See,
how can we? You're too busy
Balderson, this is insanity. Like, I don't want to spend my energy.
There's your masculine, mature man. There you go. There's your example.
He
turned on ladies. Is he making you wet?
You guys all know how the panel works. He can disagree with whatever shit he says after he says it. Let the man get the sentence out. And
I was walking away. Like, I'm muted. I thought there would be a few minutes before I get to speak.
No, go ahead. Get it out.
Oh my God, this is unbearable. Continue, someone else.
Go ahead.
Someone else talk. Someone else. This guy keeps making it about himself and then goes silent like a little girl.
I was trying to recall what I wanted to say.
And then everyone went silent and you shut and you didn't say a fucking thing.
Because I'm trying to recall.
No, you're trying. Go try somewhere else, dude. You're a little.
You were saying that women should have conversations.
He's not a woman. Last time I checked, he's the exact type of person we're trying to talk about here.
He did say that he wanted to direct the comment at Nova. And he said that women should have conversations in their spaces, and then I don't know what else he was saying.
Because then you said because then Adam said something. Everyone stopped. You said, continue, Casper. No one interrupt you. And we sat there for 20 seconds silent, waiting for someone else to say, so then he could say he's getting interrupted. This is the exact type of person, the exact type of man that we're talking about in the show. We have drawn the rabbit. We have brought the rabbit here, and we have drawn from our audience the exact type of people that we're showcasing here live. I will not give him any credit. I have things to lose. I'm not going to show my face. But then he says, oh, you're attacking people with these. Oh, you have a thing on your eye. Oh, look at you wearing it. So it's the same leftist bullshit. We're here today to call it out. And look, this guy, if I could see your face or you're a cat, either you, sir, are the exact type of bitch-ass motherfucker I'm here to talk about. You have a response?
Maybe he identifies
Yeah, that
as
sounds Omar, bitch.
It's not. None of that was worth a response, really.
Omar, he's a furry that doesn't want women to talk to men.
You're discriminating.
He's a furry that doesn't want women to talk to men. He doesn't even understand it.
I mean, I don't know that that's what he was.
Balderson, we said confessions to projections, right? The first thing he did, he jumped on, started talking. Right, we were in the middle of a conversation. Then he started yelling. I stopped, let him talk. He just started building straw men. If you guys think that men should spend their life searching for women, I'm 40 years old. I've already done all that, and I know you're not supposed to chase. No one said that. No one here tonight said anything.
I'm not disagreeing that he built some straw men for sure.
Why didn't he hear a single actual relative argument?
But we've not been able to have a dialogue since then because everybody's
because we go silent, we wait, and then he sits and waits, and as soon as anyone says anything, he goes, "See, I was trying to talk, but someone interrupted me." Fuck off, bitch.
Yeah, but you guys are actually interrupting and over talking the whole time. So I mean, while I agree he's being dramatic about it, it's not like it isn't happening either.
Agreed.
I just got to imagine the Nova Star has got fucking like jungle vagina over there. It's dripping so much.
Oh my God, you have no idea. I'm ready to copulate.
She's about to have a virgin birth.
Yes.
Hey, didn't you guys say build it and they will come?
Hold on. Let's give Casper another chance to say what he has to say, as long as it doesn't include him being, bullied. Casper, what are your ideas?
Balderson, can you? There's still he's at me in the side chat. I'm confused. How do I respond to this?
It's the back
victim. Pick this victim and leave more space for new people.
The private chat.
Yeah, but he kept doing it after the fact. Like he's at Angry Casper, at Angry Casper. Like I'm at Angry Casper something about my sister and shit. Right?
Dude, Balderson, the guy wrote 60 comments before that. So let's be serious, guys. We're getting drawn into
misbehave ourselves.
Can we stop getting drawn into this guy's leftist techniques and stop falling for this shit? I thought that was the point of having this thing. This guy,
we also have to have the actual debate.
I agree, but there's only.
We know how that works.
Balderson, everyone's
the other side answers.
You're right, and we're all interrupting each other. You're correct.
Hell
the difference is,
I'm getting a headache from him screaming in the mic.
It's for real, dude. It's crazy.
If you come in here again, Spin, I'm shutting the show down. I'm already wrangling fucking cats, and you should not even be watching this. If you're getting so worked up, you feel the need to come in here. You go take your old ass to bed. Turn the fucking video off.
That's brotherly love,
Ben.
Hell yeah, Ben. It's anyway.
See, Casper, that's a man right there. You see all that testosterone coming out?
But it's love. No, it's love. It's love. He was in the hospital last night.
I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, no, but just for the audience, like he was in the hospital and he's trying to tell him how to love, go to bed, please, and rest. There's no reason for you to be here.
He's been in the hospital twice in the last week, had a stroke, and it's killing himself. And he lives on the East Coast, so it's after midnight. This isn't me going. He's not on the West Coast. It's not 9:30. This is after midnight. He just was in the hospital last night. Take your ass to bed, Spin.
Yeah, it's about 12:30 here.
Balderson, everyone was interrupting. You're right. Let's all try to not interrupt. Hold on. Let's all try not. But Balderson's right. But I'm just want to point out one thing is that there's only one person complaining about the fact that all of us were interrupting each other.
I get that, but real quick, I haven't really said
he's still poking, dude. This is crazy. I'm laughing.
The only thing I hear is from you about
Little Miss Victim. I didn't say your name, buddy.
It was. Now here comes the
Okay,
right on cue. Oh, that was awesome. You know what I will say though is
so weird.
Thank you for turning your mic down. Since you turn your mic down, I'm like way less angry at you, and I'm already starting to like you more. Yes.
I actually,
well, hold on. Tell me if it's too loud. I just got this.
I took care of it, bro. I took care of it.
I noticed
like
that, and respect you for that. Respect you for that, because I thought it was on purpose, but I noticed you turned it down.
Hey,
sorry,
I
dude,
don't
I
need to
can't hear
interject
you.
on everybody.
talking over you. Sorry, brother. What?
Can we let Angry Casper get his point out?
No,
because I'd like to debate him. Let's hear what he's got to say.
We would like to have a debate on it. So we need to be able to all lay out our points. Angry Casper.
Kick this guy, please. He's
kick me.
the
Kick me. Someone donate to kick me, please. Please kick me off this hell. I don't deserve this bullshit.
Dude, what were you trying
How
to say?
much personal you want to get before I'm going to start talking personally about you and going to cry about it?
You already have, you little
Hey, how about you, Casper? How about you just
look at you, bro? You're a fucking metrosexual if I ever saw one. Like, when did you become a Republican?
You're the one who sounds like you have a dick in your mouth.
Dude, you have a female haircut. You actually use female hair product. This is your champion.
Hey, show your face, homo. Show your face.
Show your face, homo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell that to
homo with
Grandpa
this
too.
guy.
There we
Whatever.
go. He hates that. He's angry that you're here.
Yeah, I wouldn't travel. I'd travel 5 kilometers, not 10. Okay.
See, he doesn't like it. He hates.
The white rabbit can't see me, but I got a thumbs up.
Ben is
and the difference, Casper, everyone knows who Adam looks like.
That's not a thumb.
We've seen him. We've seen everyone else, not you, buddy. You're the only one who's never cammed up.
Listen, Ben is going to
I
shut
never
down
cam
the
up on
stream.
YouTube.
Shut the fuck up, bro, because now I'm getting pets. Ben is
We
going
gotta
to
kick
shut
this
down
guy
the
and bring
stream.
someone else.
Stop, Shaman. I like you, bro, but shut the fuck up real quick. Ben is going to shut down the stream. Ben is the fucking boss of this. When he talks, we all shut the fuck up, even if we don't like it. Stop over talking, because I enjoy these fucking talks. Red Pill, Casper, me, Nova, everybody else but Ben, shut the fuck up when he's talking.
Thank you, Mick.
I wish people listen to when he talks. Because when he said don't interrupt, I'm like, I'm just not going to interrupt. But then when I get interrupted, I'm like, wait, maybe he just says that no one listens and I shouldn't either. Like, I'm confused. I'm a new guest here, right?
No.
Like, I'm trying to work out what the flavor is. And isn't
lay out your points, brother. Just lay them out. While you're already speaking, lay out your points, please.
The productive conversation as a new person to this panel stopped 30 minutes ago.
Well, we would like to restart it, so please lay out your points so we can argue them.
But see, like this, oh my God, is like too much for me if I have to think at that level.
You're
I'm just
trolling.
saying,
Dude,
am I?
Yeah,
you
you're
were talking
trolling.
about how you didn't want women to come over and talk to fucking men. Just get on with it, dude.
The guy's clearly ruining the show. What
He's doing it on purpose.
Why did we let him
Now
stop
he's
20 minutes too long?
I told him to lay out his points, and he said, and he decided not.
That was the fifth time we tried.
We're going to stop fucking over talking each other, and we're going to have a productive conversation. So one person talk and make a point, and everybody else can rebut said point or fucking add to it if that's what you want to do. One at a time.
So this is a perfect example of what I meant about Destiny, how I said I have a lot of respect for Destiny. I completely disagree with him on everything I've ever heard out of his mouth, right? But I have great respect for him. Why? Because he's not a liar, because he actually owns his shit and he can communicate. Even though I can't stand his voice and so on, I have respect. This guy was playing the old like bait and we don't have to
lay out your point, please, Omar.
Well, that is my point. My point is this show is Red Pill is gay, and there's two types of Red Pill. There's the women are ookie, and then there's the ultra like let's have sex with as many women as possible. That's Red Pill, and we just witnessed the left side of it. So let's hope that more people come on to display exactly what we're talking about, because the rabbit drew him in,
and he's come after me before.
See, bring more rabbit.
Let's get you guys
The rabbit didn't draw him in. I invited him.
Okay, whatever. But you seem
cool.
cool.
The only question I had for Casper really was, yeah, that's cool. You've got all those degrees and everything, buddy, but can you swing a hammer faster than Balderson?
Probably not.
Probably not faster than Balderson, but I mean, you know, that's if that's going to be the measure, then I think we might all fall short.
I agree.
I don't know. Me and Balderson could have a pretty good competition out of swinging hammers.
It won't look
I know
as
a
good
little
because
bit
you don't
about
have the Viking beard.
and I'll tell you, I wouldn't fuck with him. He's a dangerous man. in my opinion.
Oh, well, I'll send him my address if he wants to fucking dance with the devil. He can come fucking find out.
Yeah,
I've never found
any man
it.
who can run a fucking farm is a dangerous man. That's why the government doesn't like self-sufficiency.
It's a fact.
Oh, I agree with that.
I decided tonight. Balderson and I were going to talk about the esoteric and the occult, and then we decided let's do this red pill thing. And I have a debate in Las Vegas on August 17th. So I was thinking on August 16th to have a blanket invitation for all these people like that guy, if he wants to come and fucking find out exactly if he wants to. Maybe he's angry at me and would like to fucking smear my makeup. We'll provide an opportunity and a location at an MMA gym in Las Vegas. You can show up and we're gonna fucking live stream it one by one, an AM and PM session the day before the fucking debate. Okay, so tell your dangerous friend he can show up. Well, let me get that address for you before we get off this fight.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Ben, you got Nova in the wrong spot, bro. Come on, man.
I know we cannot see her face. You're shaming.
That is a fact. Thank you for pointing it out, sir. We will put Grand Poobah, since he's not camming, up under the Spin City banner. He's the News Grand Poobah.
So today, Spin City News, Nova still has her tits out.
Damn straight, and you're looking and you like it. Thanks for noticing.
I never denied.
Bravo.
I'll never deny it. No.
Asked, and I was requested to come this way, so it was a collaborated
That's
effort.
all right with me. I love some eye candy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I like the subject quite a bit, and I do hope that some more people. I wish Casper would have gotten his point out there at the end. I don't have anything against Casper. I invited one of my. I do have a red pill friend, but he's also primarily against what the red pill. He's OG red pill, like before Rollo Tomasi and things like that. So he's got a whole different view on it. I still don't agree with everything he says. But you can't have all your friends be the same, or else you don't get dates.
True.
Can we steal man red pill so I can get a better idea of what it is? Because I asked and I think you guys gave honest answers. I got no problem with it, but obviously there were criticisms because you guys, that's what this is about. But can we steal man it from the other side so I can get a bigger perspective of?
Great point.
I can't think anybody better to steel man it than Sarah the Raging Tomato.
Y'all a bunch of gay motherfuckers. Everybody up here gay. Everybody arguing. That's gay. It's all gay.
Yes. I noticed that too, dude.
That's exactly. Hold on. Hey, Sarah, that's what we said at the beginning. We said Andrew Wilson. It's like, what do you mean by object? Tell me first before. And then literally on cue, that guy came and did the exact argument.
Oh, shit.
Well, I am very pro semantics. I am very pro definition, and the reason why is because a lot of these shows you'll see, and it happens to my show every once in a while, and it drives me nuts. But a lot of people get hung up in the anecdotes and their experience, my experience, and I knew this one guy, and blah blah blah. And we go down these rabbit holes of dumb shit that nobody gives a fuck about because it's not applicable in the situation. If you're going to have a conversation, run a line of logic. And sometimes you do have to actually define shit. It's very important to ensure that everybody's on the same page with what word are we using and why, and then moving forward from that, why are we using this word in this context? And then moving forward to that, run the line of logic. It's basic debate.
Well, wouldn't it be fair to say that it's fair to do that if you're actually trying to establish some sort of understanding rather than trying to what I think Omar's doing with his little example of it is just actually get it hung up on that and then never get anywhere.
So to answer Dennison's question, from I think most people's understanding, and anybody can correct me if I'm off, the red pill was basically supposed to be a masculine maximization, and then where a lot of problems with it, where people see problems with it, is a lot of times then that's the degradation and using of women. That's part of them, like your Myron Gaines, where you need to go out and have sex with maximum amount of women to make yourself a high value man, because now you're very highly wanted, and he thinks that adds to your value as a person. And also high emphasis on finance, very low emphasis on any type of husbandry aspect toward women, using them more as just a sexual object. Although apparently maybe having a mother, a wife and a mother at some point in time, but it seems like she would also have to be okay with him stepping out of the relationship and her not. I think a lot of people have issues with that. The rest of it, where it's try to be more athletic, weight lift, do those things to keep yourself healthy, read things, become more intelligent. So there's good points to it also. And then there's also another genre of it where and this one's usually more religious, where you don't go out having sex with women. There's more of a purity aspect and you do all the making yourself a better man, and then finding that this is a super traditionalist, but also somehow they end up coming off with the same bent of hating women, which is where Omar's coming in, saying this very hard anger toward women, and a lot of, especially the younger red pillars, where they blame everything in their life on women. They can't find good women, blah, blah, blah. Omar saying that it's because they're closeted gay. I personally, I don't disagree with that part. I personally would also say that they don't want to become man enough to deserve the position of patriarch, and they're just whining about it. And they're like, women won't. Well, you don't deserve that quality of a woman, dude. You didn't become that dude. So, but this is, I think it red pill in a nutshell. Sarah actually was very much involved in that. She could probably correct me on anything.
Yeah, you're right on the tail end. You definitely have that tail end correct, but the beginnings were kind of different. So what red pill represents is actually just the data. It's not prescriptors, it's descriptors. So red pill says, hey, look, 9 out of 10 women do X, Y, and Z. This is the percent of the divorce rates, and this is why they divorce their men. Like the financial aspect or whatever. This percentage is of women who have babies at a young age. This is the percent of women who remarry. This is the percent of women who monkey branch or are hypergamous. And this is how this. The actual concept of red pill is just wake up and look at the numbers and proceed with caution. Right now, what has happened in this space is all of these phony red pillars have come in. They take that data, like your Myron Gaines, as you were referring to, and so on and so forth. They take that data and they give prescriptors based off of that information. So they've actually tarnished what good the red pill could have done for men, and they've ruined it. They used what they wanted from it. They cherry picked from it, and they turned it into like fuck women, just fuck them, but marry a virgin. Like that kind of crazy ass shit.
Oh, you mean
And
like feminists?
women should be. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They love feminism because they use it
Shit.
simply to provide the data, and you as a man should be able to take from it what you will. But they fucked it all. Like the hemisphere has fucked up the whole thing. Then you got the black pill. Then you got the towel spinoff. Then you got there's even white pill, which is like the hope. Right, so it's like total opposite. It's like, well, even though all of these numbers are against me based off the red pill, I'm still going to proceed with hope that I will find a woman who loves me. Right? Then there's stuff.
Is she
cutting
cutting out?
Yeah,
It's
the robot.
For anybody that doesn't know, our Sarah Tomato is in Vegas. She was asked back to be a live moderator again on
she's at the pool
social hour. And so she is just calling in from some hotel in Vegas. So her reception was going in.
She's calling in from the hotel pool outside in the middle of Las Vegas desert, enjoying a Mai Tai, and the reception's not working there. So Sarah, you're gonna have to substitute some of that comfort and
coming in.
It's cutting out.
It's cutting out real bad.
I was at the.
She's gone.
Hey, the dude, here's the thing, right? So there's like 2 points to it. There was the way it started and where it ended up. And so it got appropriated by people who seem to be more at red pill masculinity means blame women for all the problems and take it away from the self-help and self-improvement component, of which I think it originally started. What we're saying is like improve yourself, right? And earn masculinity, not by default women who does not listening and subordinate. It's worse than that, because now it just basically says women bad, women gay. That's you've heard. It's really gone onto this weird situation where it's like, stay away from women, they're gay. It's basically, I've heard this from.
Can you give me just 3 examples of blaming women?
Before we do that, Stinky Paradox comes in with the big 5. Says the tenets of Red Pill. Where are the tablets? The Wachowski sisters have to produce them, and agents of the Matrix are here already. Boop, beep, boop.
Oh my God!
Very true.
So I'll give you examples, right? We just did this debate with Nick, the numbers guy. He is like this numerologist on this Sean Kelly podcast, right? And he was basically one of his tenets was repeal the 19th Amendment. Women shouldn't vote, right? And so then I was like, okay, so what are there anything else that women shouldn't do? And how about like black people and other? And he's like, he basically said like stupid people, gay people, and women shouldn't vote, right? So all right, so. What about how would we determine this? How would we determine that? And he basically went on a whole tear of basically saying that women today are a product of pushing away fathers, and it's fatherless households, and of course fatherless households is a huge problem, of course, and so is bad mothers, obviously. But his perspective was, and he's the guy who brought this godfather of the red pill there, and he basically said, the reason why today's generation of women are on OnlyFans is because they didn't have fathers, and because they're whores, and men today should stay away from them. And it's like, well, dude, the 20-year-old men today, like, name one example of masculinity of some guy in his 20s, actor or anybody. He goes, clavicular. And I said, clavicular is your definition of masculinity?
Yeah,
of the 20-year-old generations.
Boy.
So do you agree? Hold on, you agree with that, or he's masculine, not like an example?
No,
I don't
he's
know
not.
what that is.
Okay.
All right. So hold on. Speaking of Rollo Tomasi, I pulled up the Rollo Tomasi Red Pill rules. Rule 1, frame is everything. Always maintain control of the underlying context and reality of any interaction. Resist operating within someone else's frame while subtly controlling your own. Rule 2, never reveal your past. Never under any circumstance reveal your exact body count or details of sexual partners to your current lover. Rule 3, sex is never worth the wait. Any woman who makes you wait for sex or implies she is doing so is generally not genuinely attracted to you, and the payoff will not be worth the delay. Rule 4, never cohabitate. Never move in with a woman you aren't legally married to. Rule 5, always pursue self-improvement. Focus on the holy trifecta of masculinity. Make money, build muscle, get bitches. It says learn game, but I may change it to get bitches because it sounded funnier.
Same thing.
Rule 6. Yeah, same thing. Women love opportunistically. According to this ideology, women's affection is largely tied to a man's value, social status, and ability to provide a good deal on the sexual marketplace. Rule 7, never try to fix a failed relationship. It is always a better investment of time and effort to meet a new woman than to attempt to repair a broken relationship. Rule 8, let women reject themselves. Always let a woman figure out why she won't be with you. Never do the rejecting or self-elimination for her. Okay. Number 9, never seriously self-deprecate. Avoid putting yourself down or showing weakness, especially with a woman you intend to have a relationship with. And that's according to Rollo Tomasi, the godfather of the Red Pill.
Well, number 5
Oh,
is a good
hold
one.
on. Could you go over that one before the last one again, just one more time?
Yeah, that one was pretty weird, right?
Never
I also
self-deprecate.
No, not the self-deprecate. The let women reject themselves. Always let a woman figure out why she won't be with you. Never do the rejecting or self-elimination for her.
Basically, don't break up with her. Let her break up with you. That's what that means.
That's
isn't
that by itself weak?
Yes.
Don't speak your truth to a woman. What?
Oh no, I don't want to mess with you. If I don't want to mess with a woman, I gotta be flat out honest. You gotta go.
I think it's rejection. Like, if she's not gonna be interested in you, let her not be interested in you. Don't do it for her.
Oh, okay.
I can take that. I can accept that. Casper, I wouldn't mind you coming up, but that you can't spurg out. These guys are, and you guys, if you're going to actually make your point and not. The whole problem is every time you went to talk, you went to picking at those guys instead of making your point. And those guys also just kept picking. So if you can make your points, I would love to have somebody on the opposite side of the fucking table over here.
I think it became his point after a certain.
Is he even on the opposite side? I just think he was
point.
arguing just to argue, because I don't think he's on the opposite. It didn't sound like he's even on the opposite side.
That is what happened, Casper. I openly gave you the chances to make your points, and you instead went after the other people. So,
can we stop making
it's opportunistically shit? I'd like to
yeah,
say
go ahead and go fuck yourself, bro. Nobody needs you on our panel.
Yeah,
my
please.
panel's not
Can we
dying
move
'cause we're
on?
not on it.
Make sure you get the tampons with wings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please, let's move on, dude.
The wings are good.
It's like
Christy says she does not like the tampons with the wing. Or no, oh, that's not on a tampon. Yeah, the tampons don't have wings. Yeah,
those are Kotex.
Those
Those were bad.
But do the tampons have walls?
Yeah, I don't agree with this women love opportunistically shit.
I mean,
Well,
these days,
have at it. What do you think?
Well, I mean, this is coming from a guy who's a failed musician, so of course everybody he's already involved with is opportunistic, and he is opportunistic by nature. So remember, a liar thinks everyone else is a liar, and a thief thinks everyone else is a thief.
Yeah.
I mean, I've loved some real fucking losers who didn't have a pot to piss in. So where does that make me? The anomaly?
I don't know how big was the dick.
It's a slippery slope and it's circular, right? Because you can fall for something one time and someone goes, next time I'm going to be the one to do this. I'm not saying everyone, but human nature, right? If someone gets fooled one time, then they fool someone, then they justify feeling okay with fooling someone one time by the fact that they were fooled in the past. It's all different people, right? That's like human nature. Again, that doesn't necessarily have to do with either sex. That's my point. These are like basic human natures of a good person and a bad person. So I don't understand why we're going to claim it as one sex. That's my main thing. It's
my problem. My problem, and I've been trying to like self-analyze if it's a huge blind spot, but I'm only sexually attracted to women. So the only criticisms I have of relationships are of women. So sure. I'm trying to like zoom out and realize like it's not about like women versus men. It's just shitty people versus not shitty people.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically.
But I had like, okay, so, but here's the thing. I have no data points for that. And man, right. my male friends, they all have the same exact experiences with women that I have. And none of them behave the way that women who complain about men behave. Right. So as a man, I have very little information to go on. I don't know if it's different. Maybe if you're bisexual or you're gay, maybe this gives you some kind of other insight, right? But my life, until I have a lifelong, lasting relationship, which I'm not even sure I'm looking for. Technically, every relationship that ends is unsuccessful by some measure or definition, and so. That's all I'm left with is so far up to this point, since I'm not married, is unsuccessful relationships with women and no experience with trying to have a relationship with a man.
So we were the gay thing. We're not talking about actual homosexuality. Point. We were saying gay as a figure of speech, right? Like as in like a 90s term. So we were not.
Right. Yeah,
actually,
I was just.
Yeah, just to
I was talking about romantic experience with men. Right?
You said you had no. You said you have no data points.
He doesn't have a context to complain about men because he doesn't get romantically involved.
Sure,
but thank you for it. That was more articulate than the way I put it.
But Denizen, you said you have no data, but you have a direct experience. So in your relationships that you've had in the past, right? You know why you weren't happy, or from your perspective, why you broke up from her perspective. So my question would be, obviously, but have you looked at yourself and what you could have done better, or what you could have done differently?
100%.
Okay, so then you're self-aware completely, and you're not who we're talking about.
But the answer.
Go ahead. Sorry.
The answer that I got was not pleasing, and I've experimented
that's
with
life,
this.
Though. Like sometimes you're not going to get the rainbow and puppy answer you want.
I got a story.
I'm not talking about rainbows and puppies. I'm talking about whether or not a relationship.
No, I said the answer you said you didn't like the answer you got, and I said not all answers will be like rainbows and puppies in vanilla ice cream.
So check this out. Yeah, person goes to the Amazon.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about whether or not it's worth doing what it takes in order to maintain a relationship.
I think it's only if you find the right person that it's worth it. And until then, you're forcing yourself. When you force yourself to do something that doesn't feel right, it won't work. I think that's the goal. So until then,
hold on. Say that one more time.
I think that if you find the right person, then it would feel like it's worth it. So it wouldn't have the same emotional or mental taxation against your energy that it would. And if you found that right person, then it would work, and that reflection in the woman would be mutual, and that space in between the two of you would be the fuel for let's keep going, sweetheart. I was thinking the same thing. And until you find that right reflection, it's not going to feel right. Therefore, you shouldn't do it. So sometimes the biggest thing we can do for self-respect is to be honest and say, guess what? This isn't working. Not because of you, not because of me, because of this. At this moment, neither of us are working. I'm not pleasing you. You're not pleasing me, right? So is that masculine or is that a feminine trait? I would say it doesn't have to do with gender. It's called honesty and self-awareness. Honesty and self-awareness. Half the times in my relationships, the woman was the one who fucking who had the courage to say it first. And when he said it, my mind goes, oh no, but then my consciousness goes, I think the same fucking thing. I just didn't either have the courage or the know-how to say it first. And this is in my 20s. I'm in my mid-40s now, so it's different now. But the point is the truth. I got a story for you. Woman goes into the Amazon to drink ayahuasca. She drinks ayahuasca. She has this very powerful ceremony. 2 days later, there's another ayahuasca ceremony. She says, can I speak to the shaman, please? And then the apprentice says, why? She said, I just have a question about the ayahuasca. And she keeps persisting. So the apprentice asks the shaman, like, they want to ask you a question. And so he says, okay, fine. The woman says, I have a question about the ayahuasca. And the shaman says, did you have a good experience? She's like, oh my God, it was the most profound experience. I saw so much. I can't believe it. And he says, well, what's your question? He says, she says, is there a way to make it taste better? And he says, well, how did it taste to you? She said, it was sour. It was bitter. It was very hard to swallow. And then the shaman said, how is the truth supposed to taste? To some people, the truth is a very hard pill to swallow. Yeah. To some people, the truth is very fucking sweet. But it eventually becomes sour and hard to swallow for all of us at the beginning until we either mature or we get older and mature by default, that the truth becomes a very sweet thing. We have less room for the bullshit.
Can I add to something to that, please?
Of course.
I know a ghostwriter for Rollo Tomasi. And years ago, when I first entered into the scene, he pulled me to the side and he said, Star, the truth is most men who enter into the red pill, there's only about 5% who actually do the internal, and I didn't say external, internal work to gain the success that they want and to fully change in their life. There's an internal mechanism to this. And as you age and as life is going by, you're going to have to start reevaluating your own picker. I'm talking to you, Den. I don't mean your pecker, honey. I mean your picker. Like if you are picking the same type of person, you're going to have to start equating what it is that you're doing, because it's not
I'm
always
picking the same type
person.
of person. All my friends are picking the same type of person.
Yes,
all the men in my community are picking the same type of person.
That's the problem.
Okay, so
you're aware of it. You're aware of it.
So you need to change that. That is a familiarity.
Right now, half of men are picking the same exact kind of person.
You're absolutely right, brother. Here's the thing, though. Now, let me ask you. Well, watch this. Right, the first time it happened, you were in, let's just say, a 6-year relationship. Then it's the same type of person with a different exterior. Then it becomes 4 years. Then it becomes 2. You start to catch on to it earlier and earlier and earlier, and those relationships you start wasting less and less time, right? Until you just decide, oh, okay, that's the moment where you realize you're at a true dichotomy. Either I'm gonna stay by myself because I'm sick of repeating the same fucking cycle, or B, change myself and you know what I mean, transform myself, and then I will attract a different avatar. And which in essence a reflection of yourself. And what will happen is you'll see reflections of the past present themselves. The difference is you say, nah, I know what that fucking what that path does, right? And
could I tell a story real quick? Because it's like it's what Omar just said. I was with my son's mother for 12 years of my life. You know, I gave up all my 20s for this woman, and I don't regret it at all. I still to this day don't regret it. I look back and I've learned from it, but I still appreciate the good of it. But when somebody doesn't respect you anymore or doesn't feel the same way they did before, and they look at you as less than human, then I don't want to say less than human, just not as an equal. You got to step back, like Omar said, and change that behavior. Like some people say that I was wrong because I chose myself. Well, I wasn't going to stay in a relationship where I'm not valued for all the work I've done, for the house I built, for the land I bought and built for my children. So I left, and it took me probably 7 years to want to date again because I didn't want to date the same person I just gave 12 years of my life to. And I found somebody that matches my speed and my mentality and the things that I see in life that are valued. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, but it took you time to figure out what that is by yourself.
Well, it started with self-reflection. You got to start with yourself. In my opinion, you got to understand yourself before you can understand the world, because you got to understand how you yourself are going to interact with said world.
Every year I go to the desert or the jungle for 7 to 10 days by myself with a bottle of ayahuasca, and I get to the fucking bottom of a lot of things every single year. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm drinking ayahuasca for 10 days. Sometimes it's 2 or 3. The point is that, like, regardless of anything, I'm going to go take myself into the fucking Thunderdome, because the scariest place you can ever go is into your own fucking silence. You know? And that's period. I have a poem about this in my book. Hey, by the way, isn't this amazing? Balderson, we went from fucking yelling. We went from yelling to actually having a real... we're like having fireside chats with Lord Balderson. This is so Viking of us.
Queen Tomato showed up, and everybody had to remember how to behave.
You know, sometimes I can be useful.
They said, "Oh, we're acting assholes. We need to behave."
Mama showed up.
Hey, Mama.
No, I mean, never mind.
We get it. No, Christy yelled, "Hey, Mama," and she was just saying hi to you.
Oh, I thought she thought I meant like Mama Tomato.
Nope, we get it. We get what you were saying. Nobody wants to look like an asshole in front of Mom.
Are we referring to breasts? What are we talking about?
Yes.
We're always referring to breasts.
Very large breasts on the screen.
We are always...
I can finish my point before we start talking about breasts.
Please.
So, I can see, like, I'm not the same person I was in my early 40s or my 30s or my 20s. Mm-hmm. And I can imagine myself in the future being more willing to engage in certain types of behavior. So, I'm not a never say never kind of guy. But what I was trying to say is that I find now, in order to have salvaged some of the relationships I've had, I would have had to compromise certain morals and principles and things about my character that I'm just not willing to do. And to me, it's not worth it. No relationship is worth it. No other human being is worth it. Not even, male friends or female friends. Never mind a romantic relationship or sex. It just wasn't worth acting a certain way or making certain compromises in order to, maintain happiness in the relationship, or following the rules, to borrow from the red pill motif.
I'm not.
Well, I mean, I don't mean. Sorry if I interrupted somebody. If you feel you got to remove things about yourself to please a person, that's where you got to realize this is where it's got to end right there. Because the way I don't change anything about myself, I am as God intended me to be, and I'm not changing for anybody. I don't change my outlook, how I speak to people, or anything. Now, it's not to say that I'm a disrespectful person, but I'm not one to back down. Not from a woman, not from a man. I don't bend my knee to nobody but God.
I kind of share your sentiment, so I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
No, I'm open to feedback, guy.
Like what you just said there, I'm kind of on Grand Poobah's side, so to speak, right? But that being said, I think the constructive criticism or the feedback from most people, especially men in marriages or relationships, would be, well, then you're just going to be alone. If you don't know how to compromise, if you don't know how to change yourself, if you don't know how to adjust, et cetera, insert here, ... right?
But my thing is this: why would I compromise my values to please another person?
Yeah, I think you guys are mixing up the idea of changing for someone versus like I'm changing my principles and values altogether.
Exactly.
Right. So if let's say you're 50 pounds overweight and your wife says maybe she's like getting into shape and trying to do better because she wants to be healthy for the benefit of you and your family, right? And she says, babe, I think, why don't you come and do the gym with me and let's do this together and lose weight so we could both be healthy. Like you're changing for the better, but that doesn't change your principles and values of, like who you are and what you want to be. It's simply like an improvement in the only thing constant is change.
Yeah,
right.
if your whole life everyone around you tells you that you're too angry, and one day you decide, you know what, I'm too angry. You didn't make the revelation because of other people saying it. Everyone told you that. It's because you had an inner revelation, which was a moment for you. Then you have to make the decision to change for yourself. And then, therefore, moving on in life, the world will change around you because you change this thing about you that the matrix, so to speak, was reflecting off to you as saying that this is the volume's up too high, so to speak, on that.
Sarah's so much nicer than my wife. I gained like 15 pounds. Start calling me Jelly Roll.
The common name in our house is we all call each other fats, but none of us are overweight at all. But we start eating I just annihilated a giant cheeseburger down at the bar and destroyed it, destroyed that bitch. But shout out to my fatties out there.
This is why all ancient societies always had rites of passage that wasn't necessarily only done at the time when someone had puberty. It was done at various times in life in general, preparations and before wars and before certain times of the year, etc. It's just moments and times and opportunities to put yourself into your own silence to have that. For me, my dream meditative experience would be to go bury myself for fucking 6 days in the fucking earth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still trying to grow the balls to do that. I've been talking about that for 7 years, but that would be the ultimate situation.
Like literally bury yourself?
Yeah, not and the potential for death. Like we basically like a casket that would have air, but yeah, going down into the earth 6 feet under where it's just you and your fucking, that's it. And that's it. But you would have
it's kind of like a deprivation chamber.
No, because yes, except one major difference: inside the earth. He's
talking. I think I've heard about this before. There's some fancy word for it, but
I've never heard about it because I came up with this.
One of you guys that's restreaming also, somebody is. It looks like doxing somebody.
That's definitely not me.
It's not in my chat.
I don't even know how to restream if I wanted to.
Where do you see it?
I'm not restreaming anything.
Sidebar, look up. It's Dave155, and it appears that he is doxing somebody, and that is not in my chat.
Oh, it's in mine.
What does that mean?
Oh,
what the hell are you
might
doing,
wanna-
bro?
It's
might
an
wanna help
address.
them with
Yeah.
deleting that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you can't delete it on this side, or I think you might be able to remove it on this side. Maybe.
I removed it on this side.
Okay.
That's
How did you find that
Sorry,
out?
guys. All right. My
Just
wife.
real quick though, Shaman, could you show me that wicked ass thing you got going on in your background there? A little
The
bit. while everybody's
Transylvania
been talking
thing
about
that Kraut's got going on.
This?
Oh, it's a painting. Okay, I've been wondering what that is.
Peacock feathers.
Oh
No,
my.
the picture in the background.
The picture's just of like, well, I guess you could say it's
That's
like
a Buddha.
I was
That's a
wondering what
Buddha.
the picture was.
It's
It's
actually
Buddha.
No, it's actually not. It's actually
Hey, Clay.
it's not
Shiva?
Buddha. Yeah, it's it's what's her name? Oh, God, I'm so sorry. It's starts with a G. It's a.
Oh man, I know what you're talking about. I can't.
If I have to look it up, this is crazy. I forgot her name, but it says to she whom all the Buddhas bow before. It's like a representation of the earliest primordial divine feminine.
Yeah, she's the one that owns.
I thought
the
a
red
Ganesha
heifer,
was
right?
an
Not
elephant.
Ganesh. No, it's
That's an elephant, right?
No, she has like 28 colors for like the later form of the peacock angels.
I had the religion right, at least, or the culture right.
And then I have right here like I don't know, dozens of peacock feathers, and then this is some ancient.
Stop saying cock. I keep getting excited.
Look at behind my chair over there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Like
my
cock
wife's
here,
gonna
cock
Diamond?
there, here,
And you're
cock
like,
there,
did your
cock
head
everywhere,
turn? You're
cock,
like,
cock.
where?
Cocks
Where?
everywhere. It's
Crazy.
raining cocks.
I got crazy artifacts.
Dining?
It's raining cock.
I got a tiger. I have a tiger skin. I have like
I was just wondering about it.
Tiger, like a full tiger, Bengal tiger skin that I sit on in ayahuasca
Ooh,
ceremonies.
dope.
Do you paint it like paint it different colors, like on the Adventures of Remo Williams?
I don't know that. No, it's a tiger skin, like 100 years old. I don't paint it nothing. I stood on it with great respect because the DNA on the skin and the fur is alive. So when you're in a higher state, you can feel the fucking presence.
It's a cheesy ass old 80s movie, and this like Asian master's teaching him like how to be like a kung fu guy type thing. And the Asian master sits on this fucking tiger, and he paints it from a white tiger to an orange tiger for some reason.
That's crazy.
Hey Sarah, I got a question for you. Have you ever seen a cock and a fuck together?
What?
A cock and a what?
A what?
A what?
A fuck. You ain't ever seen a cock and a fuck together?
And a fuck?
A fuck?
I think it's FALK.
No, it's a French.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to understand what you're saying,
Is this
brother.
like a joke gone bad?
No, it's a French word for seal. They call them fox.
French word for seal?
Yeah, I believe it's.
Hold on? Is this supposed to be funny or serious? I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be
I
right
don't-
now.
Yeah, I'm lost too.
I don't know.
Hey, I don't know. We said I don't know. We said the home runs,
confused.
You know.
I'm scared.
Toasty. It's Tata.
Lauren.
Tata. So
Okay.
they have a Om Tata. So they say like Om Tata to she who
I
all
spoke
the
gambler.
Buddhas bow before.
I like
Oh,
the gambler.
Okay. I was kind of trying to like look at it for a minute there, and you were when you were moving and everything in the back and forth and all that stuff. I was like, what kind of art is that? And I was
Yeah,
like,
I
thought it was like
I have a lot of that up everywhere. I just picked this chair because the light was better. Usually I would do this in my office.
crazy. That's badass. Thanks for taking a minute to show it to me.
Yeah.
That was really
Hey,
cool.
you want me to? You want me to? Can I read you guys a poem from my book, The Courtesan?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Good. I
This
need
one-
something to put me to sleep.
Oh well, then get comfortable.
She's got all those cocks on her mind.
I took my Benadryl. The cocks are raining. All I need now is a sweet, sweet poem, and I'm out. Lights
She got
out,
to see
baby.
she got to see Thunderdome earlier.
I know, right? I thought Sarah, can you draw in some of these red manosphere people for me to fucking for us to get?
Well, Rolo actually just messaged me. We're gonna try to link up on the 30th for to make some content. So
the 1 versus 8 thing you talked about earlier, or
the Godfather, what they call the Godfather of the Red Pill. He's pretty cool.
The guy that I read those
he
rules
didn't
out
seem
from.
like he's representing the. Well, you know what though? Even if we have that conversation,
Well, he's representing his version of the red. Like I said, the concept of red pill is supposed to be here is your data set. Do with it what you will. So that's the descriptors. And then the different variations of the red pill, manosphere, black pill, incel, MGTOW, WIGTOW, Christ pill, hope pill, white pill, purple pill, all of those, the dating coaches, like all of those took that data set and created something of their own from. They gave prescriptors. So Rolo's prescriptors are one thing, Myron's prescriptors another, and then they all fight over who's right and who's wrong, and then they're fighting feminism, then they're fighting the right wingers, then they're fighting the left. They're all just fighting because of this one fucking data set.
Yeah, and you know the interesting thing is they all want you to subscribe to their data set and keep you away from seeking medical help if you need it. Did you ever notice that?
Yeah.
Like some people have underlying mental conditions that should be
credit.
addressed.
I will give Rolo credit here because he does host like a men's to help men who want to unalive themselves and things like that. Like he hosts a whole thing to help prevent like awareness and stuff like that. So he is very aware of it, and he talks about how scary it is and how we need to fix that.
Yeah, but he doesn't. I mean, we heard him talk at the live debate. He didn't strike me as the person who's blaming anything, right? He's not blaming all women.
No, I wouldn't say he can fall into that typical red pill talking point sometimes. I'm not going to say he's perfect by any means. He can go there, but his capture is a little more of be the man instead of blame the woman.
Okay, well then we agree.
Mm-hmm. More so. I'm not going to say he's perfect to that, but I would say if I could put him in that category, that would be where he stood the most.
You can't just blame
kind of from the mindset that we need to stop letting women tell us what men are.
I agree with that completely.
Okay. Well, y'all don't even know what the fuck you are at this point.
They still haven't figured out what a woman is.
Seriously.
I have this poem in my book. It's called Who Am I? It says, who am I? Who is asking?
That's good. That's a nice little play on where it's supposed to be serious, but I think it's fucking humorous.
I mean, the video of that has over 500,000 views, so apparently people are really feeling that one.
Like Omar, let me ask you something. Do you think that self-reflection for an individual to really accept and understand the good and bad of them, their flaws, is a hard thing to do?
It's hard in one way. It's also the easiest thing in the world because wherever you go, if you go, like people turn to alcohol, drugs, and friends and parties and clubs to get away from themselves. Anything to not be alone with yourself. And you can't go to sleep at night because you're trying to think of this, or you're listening to this, or trying to take this pill, but really it's your higher self telling you to sit down, shut the fuck up, and listen to your own higher self, right? Yes, inner self. And so so in one way, it's the easiest thing in the world because there's no escaping yourself. But in another way, it's the hardest thing in the world because you don't even know what the fucking sound of your own soul is.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I know I don't have a soul, so I know.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree with Omar's assessment there. I actually, because of all the, and not in this sphere, but in the sphere I was in before, I was fairly popular and large. And a lot of people came and stayed at my farm because they wanted to check out off-grid living. How does this work? How to build it? And almost every single person to a T, I think Freddie Badger's the only one that within a day and a half, they feel like they have to go into town. And every one of them, I will ask, what is it that you need in town? Like, you don't know anybody in town there, that you don't need any supplies. We have all the food, water, all the necessities out here. What is it that you need? And what it is at night, the power gets shut off and people can't stand being in their own heads. They literally will download things to listen to. They can't just even take the quiet for just an hour.
By the way, and this is something that never ends. Like, that's why in like the Arthurian tale of like the knight slaying the dragon, right? You go up from the heart, you go up here. This is the throat chakra, and right behind your throat chakra is the reptilian brain, the R cortex. That's your fight or flight. That's also known as the serpent brain, right? The reptilian brain, because the reptile, the snake will attack if it knows it can kill it and eat, or it'll run if it knows it can't. There's no middle ground, right? That's fight or flight. And it doesn't matter if you're programmed to fight or if you're programmed to flight. It is both the same problem on the principle of polarity. Although they are polar opposites, on the line in between, they're the same problem. You have one or the other. You're programmed with one or the other. And you have to slay the dragon, right? The knight in the golden armor enters the castle and slays the dragon. You can't kill the dragon. You can only slay the dragon, like breaking a horse. And then you rise up here, the symbol for medicine, the caduceus, the two serpents here, into the temple. Between the temples lies the key, which is your third eye, and then your higher self, right? Which is, and this is like basic alchemy. Whether the symbol for medicine, the caduceus, or the alchemy, or the hero's journey, there's a million different ways. Jesus talked about it. Buddha talked about 12 of the 26 Buddhas talked about it. Everyone talks. It's the fucking goal. The problem is we don't have the collectively as men and women. If I'm being dead serious for a second, I feel bad for all of us, because we don't have ancestors. We don't have elders. Like, we don't live in tribes. We don't have the elders, women, the great grandmothers to teach us. We don't have the great grandfathers. We don't have. What the fuck kind of cursive is he speaking? Yeah, that's a compliment. Thank you.
Well, a lot of that's because our generations are getting further and further away from each other.
But society, we're all victims of the same society. For example, like,
well, we're not traditionalists anymore. We don't care. You notice millennials, we don't give a fuck about traditions. We have a select few, but most of us toss shit out and we're like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna do my own thing. Fuck off.
True. And part of the problem is because America is such a young country that we don't have like such a long ancestry here, but the whole world is trying to be like us. So even people with tribal, traditional, ancestral homes are still trying to come here and be like us, right? Which is like a Rome part 2.
They want to be. We do have a culture. Our culture is fucking purchasing things. It's owning
consumerism.
It's not grounded in anything. Is my point. Like, for example, like the Germanic people have a grounded ancestry. The Rome has a grounded ancestry. Persia has a grounded ancestry. Africa has We don't have it here, and we can't say, oh, the Native Americans, because the Native Americans exterminated themselves by bowing to the people they were trying to become like, which were the French, the Americans, and so on. The British. I'm sorry. And then the Americans. But here we go. I got a poem for you. It's called The Thinker and the Seeker, right? The thinker cannot exist without thought. A consciousness that does not try to define its own existence through quantification is inconceivable. The reason is reason. Reason is the reason we must know.
Night, Aunt.
Good night, Aunt.
Sorry.
Hi, Aunt.
Like the moth to a flame or the mosquito into the light, all matter searches for the way back inside, back into the eternal womb, a return to the source. Yet a seed has but one purpose: to grow. This is the reason we seek to see inside the caverns of the soul, for we must keep searching until we can see once again. For when we return into the primordial darkness from which we came, we expand our understanding of everything from within the abyss. You can't look at it, you have to dive into it. For inside the nothingness of pure potentiality is creation truly understood. This is also the source of our fears, for we fear what we do not understand, and darkness is our ultimate fear, for within the darkness, we always expect to find evil. But when we enter, this part may lose you, but when we enter into the temple of the eternal mother once again, we will see that within the womb of the cosmos lies the pure light of which all messengers and messiahs described.
It's deep. It's very deep.
So Jesus,
I like that a lot.
Jesus found himself, whether it was during the baptism with John the Baptist, whether it's during the missing years where no one knew where the fuck he was, I don't know. But all I'll tell you is clearly that man found himself.
Hold up. Are you talking about the missing years where like apparently he went from like 13 or 14 to like 35 or something?
Yeah,
No,
30,
is that,
31
no,
to 12. Yes, those missing years.
Yeah, I was making sure. I remember I read something about that years ago in the Bible, but I wasn't sure if I was tripping or not.
There's a lot of things of where he went that all the way to India. No one knows. But what we do know is when he returned to the Holy Land at the age of 31, he fucking found himself. That's for sure. Right?
I'm not. I'm a Christian. I'm not questioning Jesus. Like I believe in Jesus and God. I'm not questioning that. I'm just making sure what I read and what I remember is accurate.
Yeah. I'm just using. Again, if it was a panel of Muslims, I would say Muhammad found himself in the cave, in the silence, in the darkness. I can say anyone, Zarathustra, a million of them. That's the point. And
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker again. Exactly. Thank you. The point is the darkness, and then the double entendre of the darkness, the unknown place within yourself.
Right. That's what I was getting at earlier. It's like I took 6 years of solitude on myself to understand myself better. I didn't want outside sources. I didn't want outside influences. I wanted just me, myself, and I to understand each other on different levels. And I say each other, but that's because I feel like there's different levels to consciousness, and you have to learn to accept these different levels of what you are and who you are and what you're capable of as that person.
Yeah, you Heath Ledger's that motherfucker, didn't you?
What?
I said you Heath Ledgered that motherfucker, didn't you?
I am absolutely with Adam on this. When I was younger, I actually married my high school sweetheart. That didn't work out. I went through a horror phase where I was just slutting around, didn't care about nothing. And then I tried actually dating, and I kept dating the same girl, as he was saying. But then eventually it struck me that somehow in this diverse world of girls, I kept having the same problem with girls, which then struck me that seems like more of it was a problem with me.
Yes.
And so I moved off grid out into the mountains, and I spent a lot of time as a hermit, like Adam did, thinking about myself and what I wanted out of life and what the life I wanted to lead. And then I became that dude. And then suddenly the world conspired that, and I tell you, I thought I was going to be single the rest of my life because I really had built a life that I loved. It was so much fun. And I didn't see any other person being in that wasn't going to take away from it. And then Christy showed up, and she showed me how you can add to it. And it has been fantastic since. But I had to be right me because it was definitely something about me that either those girls, because then the thing that really sunk it was those girls, some of them would have good relationships with other people after the fact and not display the same problems that we had. So apparently either I was choosing that or I was bringing that out or something. There was something about me that was causing that problem, and I had to spend the time figuring that out before I could have a good relationship, which I have.
Well, that's the law of attraction, though, right? Like, if you're not ready for a relationship, your selection is going to show that. We're not going to choose somebody that's good for us because we aren't ready to have somebody that's good for us. And we fill voids where we need them filled, but overall, the law of attraction is like what you're seeking is what you'll end up finding. And if you're not seeking a good person who's going to be like your forever person, then that's all that you're going to get.
I completely relate to that because I was Captain Save-A-Ho for the longest time. I dated multiple single moms and raised multiple.
You were the captain of something, all right.
Captain.
But
Adam, Jody's back. Your boy Adam and Jody seem to have a thing.
I don't know why.
He already forgets that he's the creeper in the shadows.
No, my wife's trying to sleep, so I can only keep one light on.
I know. I'm just teasing you, man.
But either
hey,
way,
boys, I'm gonna go ahead and make my exit. Thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, did I scare you off?
Good.
No. It's like practically midnight for me, and I'm ready to lay down and chill.
Yeah, same for me. I'm gonna have to go here in a minute.
Toasty has to look in the mirror every day. You ain't scaring him off.
The white rabbit's leaving.
I'm so absolutely devastated.
Have a good night, Toasty.
So I got a question, and it might be corny, but if the white rabbit leaves, are we supposed to follow?
I think so, right?
No,
according to the laws of the
Morpheus
Matrix,
is a liar. It's just another system of control. Don't fall for it.
The question is, do you have free will or the perception of free will?
Take the blue pill and wake up and believe whatever you want to believe.
Well, that's a very interesting question from you, Omar. I would like to know where you stand on it.
On what, free will?
Yeah, you have free will or the perception of such. That I would like to know what you think is going on. That's an interesting question.
I think we definitely have free will. I think that the things can stack up in a way that would give you the appearance that there is no free will. But that would be the trick within this third dimensional 5 sensorial trap that we call the Matrix, to give you the idea to give up on the fact that you have free will. For example, like I had this one writing, it says, what is the harm done by he who possesses evil within but never harms another? Yet what is the harm done by he who knows his light and never shares it? So what's the difference? So one person could have some, God forbid, one person could have like very evil thoughts of something, like, but they never did nothing. So obviously, right, maybe they in their mind every day, every hour, every week, something, right, and they never did it, right? So that's obviously an exercise of free will. Yet at the same time, what is the harm done by he who knows his light and doesn't share it, right? And so then one is the inaction, not doing, and one would be not doing, but from two different perspectives, one considered good, one considered not good. And then each one are utilizing free will every time they choose not to or to do something, right? But when we piece it together and look around, we're like, okay, do I have the choice to breathe or not breathe? Okay. Or do I have the choice to eat that extra donut or not? When we decide and go, I just can't stop. And then they eat that 5th donut, or I get whatever it is, you gave up on your free will. Therefore, you allowed the Matrix to take control of you, and you said, I don't have that thing that literally is all you have. And according to the Bible, the only thing that differentiates us from the angels and all other beings of creation is free will. So, one of the things that differentiates us from the gods in many ways is our ability to have true free will. Although I will say, Balderson, last thing is that it is a perception. It is a degree of free will to a certain extent, for sure. But we have the ability to do or not do.
Well, Omar, if I can add to that, I've been doing a deep dive on the Sumerians and Gilgamesh and all that. And there's something that kind of ties in that they're envious of us because humans have the ability to go to something called the exit that the gods don't have after death, that we do because of our human souls. And that's kind of interesting that you say that, though, because it's like they harbor that towards us.
The best thing that the handlers to me are the combination of the physical handlers that you would call like the elites or the New World Order or whatever, and their spiritual the genies and all that combined, I just call the collective handlers. The number one thing that the handlers can do to us is have us think that we have no free will, because if we have no free will, there's nothing to fight for. Because we just have to just say, I guess that's just me, right? Or I guess that's just the way it is, and that's the easiest way to take control of a person, a society, a whole world.
But isn't an inaction an action in and of itself?
Yeah, it's his principle. Yes. There are principles of polarity.
The way I balance predeterminism or fate and free will, like when you look at Odin was given the way he was going to die. There was no change in that. What he spent then his time doing is understanding this event was going to take place. So what he could change was his juxtaposition of that event. In other words, you could be the good guy in the event still happens. You can be the bad guy in the event still happens. There's all kinds of different ways you can approach an event. And then there's times that an event's going to happen no matter what anybody wants. You don't have to be in a certain place about it. So you get to choose your place of where you're going to be. That doesn't really change that fate's going to make the event in and of itself come to pass. So when Odin approached Ragnarok, he approached it with the understanding that he was going to die no matter what. And so what his entire goal was to make sure they all died also, so that way the creation would have a chance to survive.
Yeah, and the best thing, that's a perfect example, because the story of Odin in many ways, the hero's journey for the human, right, is like, what's the I have another, I don't know what, I have another poem. It says, do you know the difference between destiny and fate, of empathy and hate? One thing I can say is there's always been another way. So do you know the difference between destiny and between fate? They're not the same thing, just like human and man, or mankind and humanity, right? So these little nuances that we use interchangeably have very distinct differences. And so it's like, you say like, oh, I thought. It's like, I have thoughts all the time. So it's like thought. And most of the thoughts are just tied in from something that I thought before, or something that I saw even in my peripheral, right? And so it's like, what's the difference between a thought and my thought? So if you have a bad thought, goes, oh my God, I hope I don't get pulled over. And you go, oh my God, I hope I don't. And you start thinking about that. Now it's my thought. Before it's just a fucking thought, right? So whatever you put energy into is now mine. You're taking possession of it. And so the same thing is true with like a thought process. Like you can have an idea and then dedicate your whole life to that idea and create a fucking spaceship, right? Or you can not take that idea, and your life, every single thought that we have is a potentiality for something to happen, or something's not going to happen. So it's like, I think it's predeterminism, it's phenomenological argument. And so which I don't like to use these big stupid fucking words, because I have the argument in my mind before I even start looking at these things, but it's basically just stating that like every single conscious moment presents itself as a choice of the thought that you're going to take on the journey and the thought you're not going to take on the journey. So in one way, you have to take a thought onto a journey, but you have the free will to determine where that thought is, where it goes, how long to take it, and when to change it. So the same thing is true here. So there are parameters, there are parameters, of course, but I think the argument that we don't have free will is a trick to make us give up our free will.
Shaman, if you want the biblical equation to that, it's Paul said, as a man thinks, so is he. So if you think something negative, that you're going to become that negative. If you think something more positive, you're going to become more positive, obviously. The contemporary is what? Positive thinking.
Hey, I'm about to get off on that note. And,
me too. I have to go here in a minute. I got things I got to do.
I'm about to exit the panel, Sarah. But two things real quick. I'm tripping because I did not know who was speaking at first, and it took me a moment to realize that's Nova. That shows everybody in the chat I'm not paying attention to Nova. I'm a married man. Second thing.
What?
Well, my girlfriend's right here, and she thought it was funny, my little comments to Nova.
Second thing is, I'm gonna leave with an inspirational thought process from Revenge of the Nerds 2. What if cat was spelled D-O-G and dog was spelled C-A-T?
That's true.
Think about it. So philosophical shit right there.
That's some deep shit.
Thanks for having me. Nova, take it easy.
Thanks for coming up. What you got to say, Nova?
Me, I have to say, is I have a raging headache. So I'm going to go. But other than that, everybody remember to like and to subscribe to Balderson, to Omar, to me at School of Thought. We appreciate all of you being here. And remember that the red pill is rainbow and gay. Bye.
Bye. And then there were only men left, except for Jody.
No, Sarah is not a man, dude.
She's
Sarah
sleeping. She doesn't count.
Awkward.
I mean, she does have more balls. She does have more balls than many of the men.
Well, then we can count her among men. She's an honorary member.
I'm the only woman on panel. All right.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, because I'm the only red pill, right? And red pill is gay.
Well, so you can't be rainbow because we're taking rainbows back. I'm tired of that the gays tried to take the rainbows. That's bullshit. We all like rainbows.
That's very true.
A natural rainbow, yeah.
Real ones in the sky.
Rainbows, but I don't like rainbow flags. You don't get to take
rainbows, you fuckers.
No, I don't do the pride thing. But Omar, I didn't say it right, but I was looking into the Sumerian thing because it fascinates me. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but from what I understood about the afterlife with them is that Enki, the flood came and all that, and obviously humans survived. But I guess Enki wanted to keep humans around because he wanted to still understand the thing called the exit that they don't get, the gods or the immortals, that human souls get.
Yeah. I mean, most of these stories are all pretty similar, man. A lot of them go into like details of like how. Look, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, which is also there's the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Like if you go look, they have like this thing is like spelled out, like how many days after the person dies, what type of prayers to do, when to cry, what not to cry, and like the journey of it's like, you know, the afterlife and the concept of us going somewhere is distinctly different from anywhere that the gods exist or can get back to. Like from an ancient historical perspective, it's a very different existence. And that's also, look, if you look at the details of the history of mankind, even like just look at the Abrahamic faiths, all of the bad angels are trying to get here and all of the good angels are trying to get here, right? And then the funniest part about it is
and have sex with our women, them fuckers.
Yeah, I don't blame that. But if you, which goes to my point about we said the most beautiful thing on earth is, right? Yeah, the Anunnaki agreed. The fallen angels agreed according to Enoch's Book of the Watchers, Book 1. But the thing is like if you really look at it, like what you are, if you don't believe in a soul, then I can help you, but not in words. I can serve you some very powerful medicine, but from a soul, and then you'll find I may not be able to show you God necessarily, but I will ensure you will
you're going to get us as close as you can.
I guarantee you'll find that you have, in fact, do have a soul.
Enough ayahuasca, anyone could find something.
You'll find that you have a soul.
I had a question about that drink you were talking about, the medicine you said. I can't say the name. I'm not even going to try.
Well, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I can wait.
No, because I was gonna,
the ayahuasca.
Jody went.
Does it have?
That's funny. Jody was asking crazy questions before, and then go ahead. That's funny.
I was wondering, what are the side effects? Like, is it harmful to take or anything like that?
Anal leakage.
Yeah. I would say that the same medicine that can heal you can kill you. It depends on two things: the purity of the medicine and the purity of the person giving it to you, and the knowledge and wisdom of the person giving it to you. And those are the two factors, right? So the same poison.
I mean, because you've got me fascinated. I would love to try that and go out in the desert, find myself, have a conversation like, "Hey, man, you're a royal jackass sometimes."
Oh, brother, so the reason
vomiting.
Let me just clarify something real quick because I didn't think about that. So the reason I go into the jungle or deserts with ayahuasca is because I'm an ayahuasquero, which is an ayahuasca shaman. I spent over 3.5 years in the Amazon. You understand? I had like 700 ceremonies with the tribes in the jungles. So, it would be like I'm saying like, oh, the reason I'm going to go is in the Kung Fu tournament is because I'm a fucking Kung Fu master. So I didn't just like acquire this thing on the fucking internet and decide to go. I've served this medicine to 15,000 people, and over 15 years of my life is dedicated to that. So it's not like something that I just stumbled upon. So I can take ayahuasca and go anywhere on the fucking earth and go into the. I wouldn't recommend that for someone who's never done it before. That's fucking crazy. But it's crazy for me to do it by myself as well, by the way. But the difference is that if I've pet a dragon 3,000 times, I understand what a dragon is. And if you've never seen a fucking dragon, like you may want to have a dragon rider bring you to the dragon the first 100 times.
That makes sense.
Because I know how to speak dragon. You know what I'm saying? Like we have literally songs and that you're singing to the fucking medicine. Like there's like, I sing in 3 of the indigenous. I became a maestro ayahuasquero in 3 different tribes with 3 different languages. So I can shift between.
Have you ever did
3 different chakras of the medicine in real time based off what the fuck is going on? So it's not. So that's why I go there. It's not because yeah. Does that make sense? I'm not recommending.
No, it does. It does.
Yeah, I'm not recommending.
I would agree with that. I wouldn't want my first time to be all by my own, so I want somebody experienced there to guide me.
And honestly, also the reason you wouldn't want to go to the Arabian deserts of Jordan for your first time, because that is a super highway of fucking spiritual activity. The last thing in the world, back to what we were saying. So what we don't realize is that, what are spirits trying to do? They're trying to get back into this dimension. How? They have to take possession of something. What's the number one thing they're trying to take possession of? The human body, right? So if you've ever seen someone that's possessed, when a spirit from the outside comes in, they're like this. Because they can't fucking believe they're in a flesh again. They can't fucking believe it. The textures, it's fucking crazy, right? And you'll get like,
it's like a sensory overload.
It's they can't believe it because who knows how long they've been stuck here trying to get back in, which was one form of hell. Anyway, the problem is that I've never seen angelic fucking beings trying to get in here. I've only seen like demonic, what we would call demonic forces trying to get in here. But until you realize one thing, each and every one of you here on this panel right now, all of you are possessed right now. We all are possessed. And I'll tell you what I mean. Each one of us is a soul, right? That is in possession of this physical body right now. You are possessing this physical temple right now. And if
in that sense, we are just a
in
vessel.
that sense. But here's the problem: when people go to like various forms of like, you hear like voodoo, and there's certain types of Santeria, and there's certain type of Yaruba, which is like African precursor to Santeria, or when you see people drinking strychnine, speaking in tongue, or let the Holy Spirit in. All those things you're trying to do, you're trying to create a way for spirit to come in and take possession of this temple, even for a short time. The problem is that every time something were to come in that's outside, right, then you become less and less connected to this. It becomes less and less yours, almost like corrupted in a certain sense. So the people who let spirits in and will tell you your future for $150, if you the real ones, you notice they die decrepit and very young, but look very old. So you have to be very careful. That's why the ancestors always had shamanic tribes, because they work with Mother and Father Nature. Father Nature is the mountains and the deserts, the mineral kingdom, which has certain medicines like cactuses, for example. And then Mother Nature is the plant kingdom, which has certain medicines, whether ayahuasca or other medicines like that. So the child of Earth talks to Mother and Father Nature to learn about themselves, right? And that would be the shamanic journey. And that's the safest way to do it. You don't want to deal with Necronomicons and seances or fucking sex magic or any of that other shit. Because the only thing that's going to come through is demonic shit, always and always and always.
I got a question for you, Omar. Have you ever leveled up to DMT?
I don't think that's. Yeah, I spent years in the Amazon, so I extracted DMT from 80 different plants in the Amazon, smoked it. Yeah, I've smoked DMT 100 times and made it with 80 different variations in the Amazon. Sure, that's not leveling up. That's a shortcut.
Well, I've never done any hallucinogen. I'm just curious. But everyone that I know says like shrooms are like fucking cigarettes, pretty much. Shrooms are like cigarettes, pretty much, compared to
Hold
DMT.
on 1 second. Super hot female. That's definitely not a male. You got to show me who you are real quick, so that way.
Oh my god, that's gonna be a penis.
You can cam back down after the fact, but I got to see who you are. Oh, okay, I get it. We're good.
Better not be a penis.
Not a male.
Super hot female, definitely not a male.
Rocky, dude.
The troll of trolls.
Amazing.
Oh my god, I'm just happy because Sarah was like rain and cocks, and I was just expecting like something to pop up.
Fuck.
That's kind of funny how that's the one thing out of what Sarah said that stuck with you is raining cocks.
Right.
Well, I just got here.
I'm gonna put in our inside chat here. So I did an interview with this very badass comedian Andrew Schultz. He's pretty famous, and in that that conversation, he's asking about the difference between ayahuasca and DMT and mushrooms and so on. And it's a 1 hour. I answered.
I have not tried ayahuasca myself. I've done DMT numerous times. I've done mushrooms. I'm a fucking Odinist. I don't know how many times.
Yeah, you mushrooms, no problem.
Yeah, that's just a thing for us. Like, I microdosed for quite a while when I was getting over my anger at the world and trying to calm down. I microdosed for quite a while. And mushrooms is definitely a more earthy trip. You're more connected to earthy things. And the world is very fascinating and the colors of it, where ayahuasca, you're not really hallucinating that much with mushrooms. It's mostly altering what's there, making it brighter or duller or make it lifelike, your perception.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Just everybody gets the giggles is what I
because you're also it makes you feel almost like you're not here. It's a very surreal feeling where you're like not part of this reality, so it's more amusing. You don't feel that weight of the reality on you. Where ayahuasca, you're blasting the fuck off. You are
different things. They're very so in this interview.
Ayahuasca, DMT.
In the interview with Andrew, he asked me like, "What's the difference between ayahuasca and DMT?" I tried to put the link, but it says
I'm trying to figure out how to disconnect.
Which ones you?
Oh, the super hot.
She's
female.
back.
The super hot female is trying to disconnect. Wants to get out of the cockpit.
No, starting over.
Now everybody compares ayahuasca to DMT. But just 5 years ago, everyone was trying to compare ayahuasca to LSD, and the whole thing is like one is like a chemical in the brain, and another one is a spiritual journey, right? So there's a difference.
Right? Are you the one that says boobs?
I don't know. I don't think so. Does it say boobs?
There's one that says boobs. That's for YouTube.
No.
Oh, here it is. RedPill, Shaman Omar at School of Thought. This one's you.
Huh?
Yeah, that's not me.
Oh man.
Yes.
Hold on.
He's like, damn it, I missed the tits.
Hey, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. All right, respect women.
Den is an X. We're gonna.
If I was being disrespectful, I'm pretty sure she'd have corrected me.
I didn't even hear it. What did you say?
Nova Star found you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, Nova.
You too.